What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are doing a live stream in honor of my absence. Man, I've been gone for the past few days. I went to Vegas. I got married, celebrated the new year. I'm back, and Christmas tree is staying with us for a while, guys. So get used to it. It seems a lot of you like it. I like it too, man. It's a nice warm lighting, but I'm gonna post this to the Discord real quick while we're waiting on some people to get in here. Post it to the Discord and set some stuff up real quick. Yeah, just one second. We'll be talking about Bitcoin first, or if someone has a request, we can go over whatever. I don't care. There are a lot of requests. There have been
someone has a request.
Whoa, oh my goodness. I'm sorry if that was loud, guys. That was probably loud. What's up, the faithful citizen? How you doing? Thank you. Appreciate you. Good to see you too. I forget what I was saying. I was saying if anybody has a request, feel free to throw it in there. We'll go over it. We'll talk about Bitcoin first, then roll from there. But I know I have a lot of requests in the comments, and I'm going to make videos on those. But today we're going to do the live stream, just kind of get back into things. I know, long time, Ben. What's up? Electric Sub, how's it going? Or Electric Serb, SRB. It's either that or Electric Serb. What's up, Steve? How's it going, everybody? It's nice to see everybody here. Thank you for coming. BCHG and LTCN, we'll go over that for sure. We definitely will. Right after Bitcoin, and that'll probably help tie into that too. I think going over the Grayscale Trust, hitting on Bitcoin first, that might help. There's one thing I wanted to do real quick, guys. Real quick. Got to post it to the Discord. Share. Copy link. I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for sticking around. I know I've been gone for a few days, but it was New Year's. I'm sure not a lot of us were watching the charts. Unless you're new to crypto, unless you're new to TA, you're probably degenning if you're new, man. It's very, it's always tantalizing, but man, whenever you're learning, that's when you're really degenning. That's when you're staying up. I'm sure some people in here can relate where you're on it always. I literally haven't been, man, I didn't watch the charts for like 3 days. An old friend, not an old friend, a friend of mine who I used to work with, he texted me saying that Bitcoin was going up to 50K, and that was like the first time that I looked at the charts really in a couple days, and it was at 45K. It was looking like it was going to break out there, but having a little bit of this wigwagness. I'll go over that and my thoughts on that too. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Why did Bitcoin take a dump? Gabe, we're going to go over that. I think if you've been following the channel, I think you guys can answer that for me. But in short, I will say I think we got a fake out to the upside, and I think we're dumping because the ETFs are going to get denied, and that's not new information, or it might be new information to us whenever it comes out, but the people that the SEC has already made their decision. They haven't come out with it publicly. They haven't said if the ETFs are going to get approved or denied. And yes, it's ETFs. Everybody says the Bitcoin ETF. It's not one. It's, we've already had Bitcoin ETFs. There are active Bitcoin ETFs right now, just not spot price. But the ETFs, plural, are probably going to get denied, is my thoughts. And I think that's why we saw this dump. I think that's why we saw a fake out, fake move up over the long weekend whenever there's low volume. And then when that insider knowledge came out, it dropped. And the SEC's already made up their mind. It's not public information. None of us know. But if they have to make a decision in the next week and a half or so, they've probably already made up their mind. So they know. They tell their friends tell their friends, they tell their family, word of mouth spreads. It's illegal to trade insider information, but I'm sure they do it, as long as they keep it secret. How are you going to know it's insider information if you don't admit that somebody told you, And if you're telling your friends and family, they're not going to rat on you. So let me just see here. I'm gonna write down these requests because I have a feeling there's going to be a few of them. So I'm gonna write them down real quick so I don't get lost. I have my handy dandy notebook here. Let's see. All right. So starting off with LTCN and BCHG. BCHG, and then we're gonna do Bitfarms, right? Yep. How's it going? How's it going, everybody? Thank you all for being here. Okay, Bluezel for sure, Ben. We'll definitely do that. I love Bluezel. All right. First, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. And I mean, we've kind of gone over it a little bit, but I want to talk about this. You know, Bitcoin's doing classic Bitcoin stuff right now, right, guys? It's like if we go back to this long period of stagnation where we were just consolidating, you know, going up, going down, moving sideways for a while. As soon as we got a week that had a higher close than this week, as soon as we got that, that's when things, you know, we petered out for a few more weeks, but then, you know, we had this week here that had the highest move. That week was the beginning of this downside. You know, we're kind of getting that now, right? Where if we look on the daily, a little bit of a shorter term time frame, but kind of a similar look, right? You have this consolidation phase. You finally get your higher daily close. It was your highest price out of this whole range, and that's when you got the stump. I don't think this is the end of it. I think there are people who are in denial that because we have higher lows that it is the end of it, that we're probably going to hold this. And to be fair, you don't really know either way, right? Until we break out of the range, which we haven't done to the downside or to the upside, until we break out of it, we don't know. But I'll tell you what, something that's pretty bad is that you have a fake. This is a definite fake out. All right, you closed higher. You looked like you were going to break out. You had a nice volume, but you got more volume to the downside. A bearish engulfing candle that almost engulfed this whole range. Like this, everything about this move screams fake out. And generally speaking, when you get your fake out, you don't stop immediately, right? Some people might call this a flash crash, and then we're going to move up. I think, like, let's be real with ourselves. This is a warning, right? We're on the second day of this warning. We could come up a little bit still, sure. You know, find resistance at a previous area of resistance. That wouldn't be crazy at all. We might just drop ass today, man. We're probably. I don't think it's going to take too long. It'll probably take a week or less before we see prices break out of this range, like genuinely lower prices than that, right? I think we will break back below 40K. I don't think we'll break below 30K, though. If we do, it'll be like high 20s, you know, like really close to 30K. Like I don't even think we'd get into 28K, but maybe we do. I would think closer to 30 to 35K. At the highest, I would think 38K, but we're probably going down. With that, I would say probably at least 5K from the current price. Let me write some other things down here. Can you do analysis on ICP? Absolutely. For the faithful citizen there. ICP. If the pending ETFs get denied, would it affect? Could it affect? What could it have an effect on BitO? I don't know. I don't know what is BitO. I don't know. Snarky guy. See BitO. ProShares. Oh, it's okay. You know, probably it would probably have a negative impact, but it probably wouldn't have a negative impact like too long afterwards. What I would think, snarky guy, in answers to that would be, and you know, I'm talking about this right now because it's relative to Bitcoin, right? I'm not just like skipping everybody else's request, but it would probably mean so if the Bitcoin ETF gets denied, which I think it will, but if it does, that would mean that the ProShares ETF probably goes down in the meantime, and like until the announcement, until we have it announced. Then on the announcement, it'll do one of two things. It'll either continue to go down, or it'll bounce from there. It'll actually, or like it'll level out and then find its way up. It could, because it's an ETF, it's a futures ETF itself. On that news, it could see some extended volatility and continue to crash a little bit. But that'll probably just present a good buying opportunity. Honestly, I think right now, if we see that moving down, like going into the announcement, like, you know, it's, again, this knowledge is already there. So some people already know in the world what they don't theorize it. We're theorizing, right? We're not insiders. We're all theorizing that the ETF is going to get approved or denied, you know. But there are people in the world who know. They actually know. This decision, again, and the reason that I know this and why anybody should know this is because they're not magically going to make up their mind on the 10th of January, on the 8th of January. They already know. They've probably known for a week or so or more. You know, they probably had all the legal framework set up to where they've made their decision, whether they're going to approve it or deny it. It's already out there. And I think that they've already made up their mind that they're going to deny it. They have whatever means they need. But yeah, yep. Oh yeah, man. Liquidation like this, it's crazy, man. I love crypto for this stuff. This is just nuts, man. It's wonderful. But everybody's getting all crazy too. Let's put it in perspective here, guys, because we've seen some crazy things in crypto, right? From top to bottom, Bitcoin barely dropped over like 11%, which that's not shit. Like that's really not anything at all. That's pardon my French. That's really not a big move. I mean, open to close on this day was a 4.69% day. Everyone's losing their heads. We are emotional right now. When you see all this excitement, when we're still in a consolidation phase and everybody's like, it just like, it shows you, man, we're very emotional. There's a lot of emotion going into this period of the market right now. And then it started to go up. There was news, other ETFs possibly getting approved. Hey, no problem. Thank you, Snarky Guy. But yeah, let's do a little bit more of this TA real quick. I think I've already kind of actually gone over it, right? I think we're going to go lower. Probably going to go lower. We had a little top here. Oh yeah, there was I think if we took this top, nope, that's not the top, but this relative high here to this low that sent us up. No, maybe that's not what it was. That was a 1414. Maybe it was this top to low. You kind of fell short of your 1272. That's not a good look in itself. Like based on the fibs, this is really not a good look. You closed the day below your 618. You bearishly engulfed, closed your day below your 618. I would think, based off of this fib alone, let alone the fact that this is a true fake out here, let alone the fact that you couldn't even hit your 1272, when generally speaking, 90+% of the time, when you see this kind of movement upwards, you do. That's why this is a fake out, right? Because it fakes people out. You really would think. I thought when I saw this we were going to 50K. My buddy, he texted me like I think we had every reason, every person had every reason to, but this is a reason why you don't like really trade these, or if you do trade these breakouts, you have very, very tight stop losses, just in case of a fake out. Because if your stop loss is right behind here, right behind where the fake out is, then you missed a lot of this like potential loss. So that's good. But what I'm trying to say is, I think that was not how I meant to draw it. I think from this high to this low to high, we're going to see price go anywhere from this 1272 to the 1618, potentially lower, and this all lines up with that range I was talking about, right? That's right around 39K. That's right around 35.6. The 2272, which Bitcoin and a lot of cryptos actually do, like their 2272, that's all the way down at like 34K. We could go lower than that though. This is a relatively small fib. If we look at some other stuff real quick on the weekly, real quick, and I'll look at the comments. If I haven't responded, I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just doing work real quick. Your 382 is all the way there at 36K. 618 is all the way down there at 31.5K. Let's put a line right at the golden ratio, which Bitcoin loves its golden ratio. Honestly, it doesn't, just because it loves it doesn't mean it has to go there. It could very well find support at the 382 or somewhere in between. It doesn't have to hit any of these lines. It can go through them and find support in the black spaces in between. But the 618, the golden retracements right here, where we found previous resistance, where we found previous support twice, it wouldn't be too crazy. And in fact, oftentimes, whenever this green line is like tilted upwards, which it's not right now, but whenever you're above, and I bet as the weeks come on, it will tilt upwards. As you're finding an upward move and the green line now becomes support, you generally find your lows just barely below the green line. And I don't know if it's going to turn up like immediately. Maybe we have a drop relatively quickly, but if we go all the way down here, we could find support right below the green line, which is also right there at this previous area of resistance, which is also the 618, yada, yada, yada. So I would say between 30K, between 39K, if I really had to guess, I would guess probably closer to like 31K to 38K. I guess that's really not that big of a difference in price. Probably closer to 35K, but it really wouldn't be crazy if we went down here again. Though I think everybody would expect that, but sometimes I don't know. Sometimes the obvious things are exactly what Bitcoin does. Let me see here. BCHG and LTCN. Yeah, Jordan, I'll get that down there for you for sure, man. I got that. That's already on the list. We're going to get started with that, actually. That's up and coming. That's on deck. Been going down. Yes, you deserve more followers. Hey, thank you, Rocco. I appreciate you, man. They've been telling me that since I had 100, since I had less than 100, man. And just hearing it and seeing the channel grow, like it really boosts my confidence that is true. I never know, because again, man, nobody knows. I'm speculating here, just like any of us are, but I do have experience, right? I've been doing this for 7 years now, and I've gotten some right calls, I've gotten some wrong calls, I think there's some people out there, and I'm gonna just try and get this out, and then we'll get on to the TA for the next stuff. We'll talk about BCHG and LTCN. What's going on, Triple J? How you doing? Wall of worry equals disbelief confirmed. Yeah, I agree for sure. But what I'm trying to say is, when the ETF, if the ETF gets denied, I feel like if some people made the call like I did that the ETF would get denied, they'd be like, I told you. There's like, Ben Armstrong comes to mind. He like yells, gets all frantic, gets excited. It's like, bro, if you really believed what you were saying, why are you acting like it's a big deal that you were right? Like, I'm going to do my best when I get proven right, hopefully I get proven right, to just be like, yep, and the Bitcoin ETF is denied, and I made a video on that a couple weeks back, blah, blah, blah. Let's move on to the next thing, because, there's really, it doesn't matter if you're right, man. I've been wrong. I will be wrong again. Like, I'm not, I don't get that excited when I'm wrong, so I'm not, I get a little excited when I'm right, but, man, enough about me. I feel like I'm talking too much about myself. Yeah, fade the obvious. Yeah, fade the obvious for sure, Hans Sagan, definitely. That's called contrarianism. Contrarianism, you guys. It'll help you in crypto. It'll help you in life too. Like, genuinely speaking, just if you see like a common story being put in the media, think in your head, the media knows what they are, right? They know what kind of outreach they have, right? They're putting these stories out there. It's not to inform. It is to inform you, but it's not to help you. It's to inform you of their agenda, their message. They want you to read it, right? And it's not that they want you to read it to help you. They want you to read it because they want you to get that geared reaction out of it. So when you read these headlines, when you read them, you have to be neutral. Don't believe it, don't not believe it, but think more, what is it that this wants me to believe? Just like when XRP, when Ripple beat the SEC, all the headlines were Ripple beat the SEC, but they actually didn't, which is why the price pumped and then it rejected, because everybody read the headlines and thought, oh, it beat the SEC. But then time came out and proved that actually Ripple tied the SEC. It was a draw. They won and they lost. They were found guilty and they were found innocent, and that's why the price went up and then down, because it's like, oh, they won. Oh wait, but it was a draw. So like, neutral. I'm getting off topic again, but. Jesus Coin check-in for sure, Lucky Spirit. We'll talk about some JC. Yeah, I got it pulled up on Dex Screener, actually. I like the look of it, man. I got to be honest. I'm rather optimistic on Jesus Coin. Little teaser there. Reverse Kramer, LOL. Yeah, dude, Kramer is he's a Kramer. He can be right though, guys. Just because everybody believes he's wrong, or like whenever he says something that it does the opposite, which it normally does. But he's also, he's got a big following too. I think he's in it with people, or he's got his own interest too, where he will maybe not purposefully give out the wrong information, but there's people watching him that know, oh, he said this, time to flip it, because everyone's going to be buying. But yeah, ETF denied would be a dream scenario for sure. Let's get into the TA, guys. Let's get in. I think we got enough people in here. 34. I've never had 34 people in a live stream before, so thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of you very much. Feel free to leave requests. I've got about 6 of them on the list right now, and we're going to be starting off with LTCN and BCHG, and of course, we'll get some back and forth banter as things go. I'm not going to do shout-outs because there's multiple people requesting them at the same time too, and I feel like I try to do it as I go, but I'm trying to quickly write these down on my little notepad here, and then I'm not going to write the names. I'm just going to write the requests. So I'll try to give shout-outs as I go. But LTCN, looking at this here, having a little bit of a pullback. Hey, but you're at $15 still, man. That's nice. You did go up this week, all the way up to 1880. That's nice. It's kind of a tweezer top that you've got going on here, which is fine. I wonder. Yeah, you did. I don't know if anybody's been following the channel. You know that I talk about the 0.5 on the fib not being significant, but for those of you that don't know too, the way that fibs work, these are all percentages. So 0.069, 0.236, this is 6.9%, 23.6%, 38.2%. 0.5 is 50%, right? It's 50%. Happy New Year, Apache Garage. Yeah, we can do compound for sure. And so they're percentages. So the 0.5 itself is not a fib. Neither is the 0.069. They're areas. 0.5 is commonly recognized as an area of significance for some people. It's not always significant, and in fact, I would say most of the time it's not. But when you take previous price ranges like this, I'll mute this so you can see it. But like this whole area as kind of like a consolidation phase, I took the low to the high to get the middle of the range, right? So the low to the high. 0.5, this is something you can take to the bank, man. This is a nice little tool to add in your arsenal. Literally, where are we finding resistance? Right in the middle of this range. And that's something that you'll see. It doesn't happen all the time. Don't bank on it happening. But it does happen often enough. I know I've shown enough examples on this channel where this happens, this exact thing happens. So just, throw that in your arsenal of knowledge if you want. You don't have to understand fibs to know, like, okay, here's a price range, right? Like clearly this is not the price range, right? Like from here to here, you can see like that's not the price range, right? Like use your eyes. This is clearly the price range. It's not this. This is a move down, but this is kind of another consolidation phase here. But really the consolidation phase that took us all the way down was this one. I feel like it's obvious. You get an eye if you don't think it's obvious, just give it time, it will be. But that to me looks pretty obvious. So you take your low, you take your high, or your high to low, because guess what, the 0.5, it doesn't matter if you draw it backwards, upside down. I did not mean to do that, or whatever. It'll be in the same place. So finding resistance there, expected, kind of a tweezer top. I would think that LTCN goes back to, let's see, that's that fib. So this fib isn't relevant. It's really only useful for the 0.5 because that fib won't be relevant in my opinion. So the relative fib, let's see. I would bet from the relative low to the relative high. 382 is below $10, 618 is below $7. You're all the way down there at 660, which is also by this green line, right? It's like right there. You can see it. That's your golden ratio. With things as volatile as this and how parabolic you moved, I wouldn't be surprised if you did crash all the way back down here. It could happen fast. It could take a month. It could take multiple months. But I would think, it'll probably happen faster than this move up did. It'll probably happen in a very short amount of time. Weeks, probably a month or so. I don't think it happens in 1 week by any means, but you never know. You never know. When you get parabolic movements like this and you're correct, they are harsh and they are fast. And again, the fib to watch, in my opinion, would be this 382 at $10. Let's see how we react. 984, $10 is a psychological level as well, so I would expect that we find some support there. Maybe you go back to 1260. Very common to bounce off your 382, find resistance on the 236, and then work your way down to the 61869. So something like that, or we could just make a straight shot, or maybe we don't even go down here, but I would at least expect to see prices going to below $10, if not below $7 even, and with the potential to even go below $6. Here we are sitting at $15, moving below $10. That would be a greater than 33% loss. So take that for what it is. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but that's what it is. If you take the overall double bottom low here to this high, that 382 is all the way down at $8, and that kind of makes sense to me. It's also very common, just so you know. Even if you find support off your 382, you don't find it right off the 382. You actually go a little bit below it. And what is a little bit below this 382? Well, this previous area of resistance here that we consolidated at before we broke out, resistance here, a little bit of resistance here, and that is where right below $7, which is also where if we take this up, why does it keep doing that? It like clicks before I do. Which is also like right near this 618, right? I've got two different fibs here. It works that way, or it doesn't work that way, but that's how I interpret it. So 382 and the 0.5 though being right around $8, that wouldn't be too crazy. And just like time frames, fibs are more significant the longer that they're drawn over, right? So this fib from low to high is less significant than this one. But it is more significant in relevance, like it is more relevant because it happens sooner. There's pluses and negatives, but overall, the overall move fib is the most significant in my opinion. But anyways, LTCN probably going down from here. I doubt it goes up higher. Very common area to find resistance, probably going lower, below $10, if not below $7, potentially even below $6 in the coming, I would say probably sometime at the end of January, if not sometime in February is what I would expect. So let's move on from there. Let's do BCHG. I'm going to look at the comments. That's kind of how I'm going to do it. I'm going to talk about these. I'm going to go through the comments, make sure I didn't miss anything. Wonder if ETF was denied, so Wall Street Money could buy temporary dip. Maybe. And that's what the insiders, the Wall Street people, they're selling. If they know the news, they're selling it. So what happens when the news comes out is the retail people, the people like us who aren't informed, we're emotional. We hear the negative news and we sell because we think it's going to continue to go down. Well, the Wall Street people already sold. Now it's at like the low, and you're going to sell it to who? The Wall Street people who are going to buy it back up. Watch the ETF get denied, guys, and then the price stops going down. It's like it doesn't care that it got denied, and then it moves up. Or if it does move down, it'll be relatively speaking, you blink and it'll be over. It'll be relatively painless, like ripping off a Band-Aid, right? But versus peeling it off, like ripping it off. But I would think if and when the ETF gets denied, if it happens, which we still don't know if that's going to happen, but I do believe it will get denied. Been saying that for weeks. If and when that happens, we won't move down lower. And if we do move down lower, it'll be either a little bit or a lot, but it'll be very fast. It'll be very fast. And I don't mean that we're going to bounce, right? Like if we do something like this and then the ETF gets denied, I don't mean we're going to do this. I would think that we're going to like kind of consolidate for a while and then move up. Or I mean we could bounce immediately, but again, I'm just speculating. Let's move on. We're talking about BCHG here. Let me make sure I didn't get anything else. Request for Jones. Jones, man. That's a meme coin and a half. Bullish on Jones, man. He got his own. He got back on social medias. Thank you, Apache Garage. Hunting 1000x. Maybe, bro. I was just watching videos about drills, impact drivers, and impact wrenches. Oh, hell yeah. Thanks, Lucky Spirit. Hell yeah, bro. Legacy Coins, Lightning Network. ETC? Yeah. We could take a look at ETC. Yeah, you know what? On that note, Rocco, I think these legacy coins, as you call them, the OGs, in other terms, I think that they're going to have a good cycle. And why is that? Because this is the cycle, arguably, right? We'll talk about Wolf, Mark. We'll definitely talk about Wolf. Smash the likes, bro. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, guys. Yeah, appreciate you, Han. But yeah, what was I saying? Let me read this real quick. Hold on. Hearing a lot of chatter on the legacy. Yeah. So big money. This is the cycle where arguably, and big money's been around, guys. The top 5 banks in the world, 4 out of those 5 banks have been involved in crypto since before 2012. Maybe I should say before 2017. At least J.P. Morgan was involved with crypto in 2012 or earlier. But what I'm trying to say is this is when like the big money's getting in. This is when the institutional money's coming in. What are they going to put their money in? Are they going to put it in the brand new coins for this cycle? Or are they going to put it in the OG coins, the legacy coins, as Rocco's calling them? Are they going to put them in the coins that have stood the test of time? Because there are a lot of cryptos that they're great ideas, they have great promise, and that's all a lot of these cryptos are, just promises. They haven't fulfilled anything yet. Are they going to put their money into those things, or are they going to put them into the ones that have been around, that have proven that they're secure, that if they've had bugs, that they've worked them out, there's been enough time to like prove that, and validate that. Big money doesn't want to play it risky. They want to play it safe. They're okay with smaller returns as long as it means that they're not going to lose their asses. So they're not going to be putting things in random shitcoin number 1 or number 2. They're going to put it in the legacy coins. That's just a little something there. You're just mentioning how, yep. Mentioning how the insiders sell, flash crash the market, and then rebuy. Yeah, yep. I was. I don't know how to elaborate on that, but yeah, they. And maybe insiders sell to flash crash the markets. Maybe they sell in anticipation that the price will go lower so that they can buy lower, just like us. I don't know if I would call it manipulation. Insider trading, some people might call it manipulation. I would say it's just they're first movers. They're the first people making the moves. But like if it was like, hey, we're all going to sell right now on a coordinated dump, that's manipulation, right? Where saying, hey, I heard from so-and-so that the ETF's got to get denied. My uncle works for Gary Gensler, so he knows this for sure. That's more like insider information. That's not really manipulation, though it technically is illegal. But thank you, Mark. Appreciate you. What's going on, MJ's Fusion? And then, did I write Wolf? I was going to write Wolf down. I'm sorry, I didn't write Wolf. We're gonna talk about Wolf for Mark. But let's see here. All right, so finishing this up, talking about BCHG. I know I've been on it for a second here. Top to bottom, 382 resistance, 236 support, a little bit above it. That's not a bad thing at all. Above your 0.5, yeah, it looks good. It too probably sees some downside. You're kind of in this like ascending channel, right? Higher lows, higher highs, right? You're kind of in this. So if you pull back down to the bottom of this, that's not too crazy at all. You might even go lower. It is possible, right? You could go to this 382 area down at around 230. That wouldn't be too crazy at all. Taking the relative fib into consideration, your 0.5 is right down there too. Your 382 is at like 290. Previous area of resistance right here. You could find support in that 280 to 2, or maybe 275 to 290 range. You might. So I would look there. If not, 230. $2, somewhere in that range. The 618 on this more relative fib is all the way down to $2, and going slightly below this 382 wouldn't be too out of the norm either. So going a little bit below that, maybe finding support on this 618 and then going up. But I do think BCHG wants to see a downside move as well. Top to bottom here, finding resistance at your 1618, right? RSI pretty overbought on the weekly. Bearish divergence presenting itself. Yes, that is a gravestone doji. That's not a bullish pattern at all, or a candle, I should say. Bearish divergence on your price as well. Nice volume though, man. Really nice volume. Holding support on a previous area of resistance. It doesn't look too bad. I would think BCHG, like, it looks nicer than LTCN, but like relatively speaking, like as of like the immediate term. But with everything going down, if I'm right in my assumptions, I wouldn't think that this is safe, right? I would think that it does go down, and it's safe in the long term. But probably you're at 424. You could see this thing again anywhere from like $2 to $3, really, like pretty soon, within the next month or so, maybe 2 months. But here you are, finding resistance at a previous area of support as well. Probably goes down. Let's move on from there. I'm going to start going through these a little bit faster. We'll talk about Bitfarms because I believe that was next on the list. Bitfarms here, mining stock. For those of you that don't know, institutions will slurp. They absolutely will, man. They're slurping already. AKT for Stana, absolutely. We could talk about some AKT. Let's see. STX, not to mention STX is approved by I don't know what STX is. Institutions will slurp. Bro, what do you think about Caspa? Oh yeah. Stana. Caspa. I don't know what to think about Caspa. I think it has not been easy to chart. I mean, you know, I did call that it would go below $9. It took me a second to really have faith in that, but it's been proven to be like somewhat right. And you know, it's not an easy one to call. It definitely kind of does its own thing. So that's not easy to do. But I don't know. I don't know what to think about Caspa as far as fundamentals go or anything. It might be a legit project. It might not be. I really don't know. Stacks L2 BTC. You want me to talk about Stacks? Or is that what STX is? Oh, it's I got you. Okay. And I could talk about that if you want. I don't know. But we're going to be moving on to Bitfarms right now. We're talking about it. Okay, so top to bottom, 61869 area, finding resistance there. A lot of these crypto stocks are. Previous area of support as well in the price. You can see it, right? I'll delete that so you can see it. Resistance here, previous support here. You're probably going to find turbulence, and what does that mean? You're probably going to check back. You're going to do a normal fib thing, which means, you know, you found resistance at your point, your 382 here, found support on your 236, went up to your 0.5, found support at a higher level, you know, not really at a fib level, but still higher low. You're all the way at your 618. You probably come back to your 0.5 or your 382, so somewhere in this range is what I would think, which that's between about $1.88 to $1.28. And you don't have to. Again, you don't have to hit these lines directly like that, right? Like you found support in the middle. Maybe you find support slightly above this green line. And this is where you use other things to kind of conflate, to agree what I'm trying to say with the idea that, you know, maybe you don't go to the 0.5, but you found resistance here, support here. Maybe you find support there again, right? Going slightly below your green line when you're looking like you want to start an uptrend. Bullish on your RSI. I really do like your RSI on the weekly, but you probably cool off for a second. Daily, bearish divergence. Yeah, looks like you want to go down. Yeah. Yep. Yesterday it looks like a kind of bullish day, right? Like you dropped and then you kind of came back up, but you still closed lower, right? And I don't know. I think once you have a day that closes below this 275 area, that's really going to be, which you didn't, but when you do, that's probably going to be the mark on going down to about $2 or maybe even all the way down to $1.30. Like genuinely speaking. I want to get this relative on there real quick. Relative fib, low to high. Yeah, 382 is around $2.12. There's a lot going on there. You really could go to like $1.30, $1.50, something like that. So don't be surprised. Probably goes down in the more immediate term, but that's most things with crypto. Mufasa, I think. Yes, that is Mufasa. I've got two cats, so they both look alike, but this one has white on his forehead, so I can tell. Let's see here. What else are we doing? Talking about Bluezel, BLZ. Let's see here. Yeah, Bluezel, man, it's been teasing us, hasn't it? Huh? I like Bluezel. Just full disclosure. Like and subscribe. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate you. I feel like I'm bad about saying that. I remember at the end, but I forget to do it in like throughout the videos. But let me see. What was I gonna say? It's been teasing us, man, and that's okay. It's nice to get these little like upside moves. We haven't like just straight rejected and gone down yet, which is nice. We are kind of flagging out and consolidating, but we don't have like a pole to flag off of. So I would think that we see some downside personally. That downside will probably come quick, and then we move back up. Would be my thoughts. But let's just see if there's anything that agrees with that. Besides my interpretation, I mean, this week we have about 4 days left. So far, looking like a gravestone doji. If things continue to get worse this week, we could see this turn around and be like a true mark of like going down. We could see this. Let's see, just from low to high. You could go down to 23 cents, man. Here you are at 33, 34 cents. You could go even lower. These numbers below 20 cents are still very much possible. But Bluezel has been very resilient, you guys. When things look bad in the markets, it's done well. Bottom to top here, found the 382. I'm not going to go over it. I've done it enough times. But did I lose you guys? I think I'm okay. I think I'm here. Yeah. Okay. Mufasa, you're great, bud, but you were distracting me. Oh, he's a good boy. He really is. He's a good boy. I wasn't going to do this, but screw it, who cares? Let's go on the daily. Let me find this real quick. So from this low to this high here, right? Or maybe it was this low. You found support at your 382, right? You take that low, that same low to high. Maybe not. Maybe it's this high. Found support on your 382. If you take this low, this relative low here, to this high, you found support on your 382, and you continue it to this high, and again, you found support on your 382. So it's been very resilient. Seeing support consistently on the 382, inevitably it will break below it, of course, on whatever scales you're looking at. But seeing that is an indication of strength. Like it really, really is. And beyond that, look at the RSI, right, which is the relative strength index. You are having a hell of a time even getting below 50. So I do think that it's definitely a strong crypto to watch, man. Low to high, the relative low to the relative high. 382 is all the way down there at 31.6 cents. Here we are at 33.8 cents right now. We could move a little bit lower from here and then hold that as support and move up, but we could move lower than that even. It is possible that we could move down to 27, 26 cents, or even still again below 20 cents. The 1272 here at 19 cents, 1618 all the way down at 15.68 cents. So, it's something to keep in mind, but if it was any other crypto, I'd probably look for that personally, but this is Bluezel, and it has been resilient, man. This thing's a sleeper, you guys. Worth 33.8 cents right now. I think this thing can, genuinely, I know it sounds crazy, watch it be worth $100 by the end of the cycle. If not 100, I would think it's probably going to be worth more than 30. I think this thing is multi-100xable, and I'm going to get this cat's ass out of my face. I love him, man, but I just, that's gross, bro. Anyways, Bluezel probably going down. Looks like it wants to go down in the immediate term. Bullish on it in the long term, but probably wants to go down. Yeah, this is just like, to me, it looks like a fake out, right? More volume on the way down. Relatively neutral 4-hour RSI, but that's what you get with neutral price like this. So let's see. No, you're good. Word vomit. Go for it, man. Okay, sounds good, Han. I'll cue those for another day, man. We have one cat, Sir Patrick Stewart. oh, that's his name. That's nice, Sir Patrick Stewart. Maybe I should give them. Like Lord Mufasa, the Duke Rafiki. The other one's name is Rafiki, by the way. I didn't name them. These kids that had them before named them. They didn't have them. Their parents found these cats. I told this story another time, but the condensed version is my friends who are these kids' parents. These kids are like, the oldest one's like 8 at the time, so they're probably 10 or 12 now. But they liked the Lion King, so they named them Mufasa and Rafiki. And I just kept the names. Mufasa is a lion. Rafiki is a monkey, though, or a baboon. So, but whatever. I don't judge. It's a cool name nonetheless. How are we doing on Jesus? We're getting there, Rock, man. We're going to get there, man. I'll talk about that in a second. What's up, Paula, Catalina? Hola. What's up, Doug? We named him Sir Patrick Stewart. It was my late mother's favorite color. Plus, he was born on St. Patrick's Day. Oh, hell yeah. Well, that's good, man. That's a good reason to have a name for a cat. And yeah, hell yeah, man. Let's see, MJ's Fusion, Deli, AK. What do you think about the Buddha coin? I don't know anything about it. Pumped hard. What's weird, though, if you look at the top holders, the wallet holds the Jesus token. Oh, do you think that is the burn wallet? It might be. It might be. If it's the same one that holds all the coins that are burned, then yes, absolutely. If it holds the coins that are locked, yeah. Rafiki means friend. Hey, he's my friend. He's my little boy, man. Man, I love them. I've had them since they were like younger than 8 months old. They're like, I don't even know how old they were, man. But I've had them for a while. But let's move on. We're talking about ICP next. ICP, and then I believe we're talking about Jesus, then Wolf, then Jones, then Comp, then ETC, then AKT, then Caspa. We've got quite the list ahead of us, and I am not moving through this fast enough, man. ICP, this cat's ass is in my face again, so I got to push him off. I love him, but bro, I'm not about it. No one's booty in my face but my wife's. Anyways, found support on previous areas of resistance, not a bad look. Bearish divergence, not a good look. Decreasing volume as you're moving up, not a good look. This kind of movement right here, it can be deceiving because this candle looks bullish, right? This big red candle here with a very big wick to the downside. It looks bullish, but you didn't get any bullish follow through. And this might be actually a sign of weakness that you are slipping, right? Like when the real move comes, you're probably going to go lower than that. And I do think you do. ICP on a straight terror, man, since September. I didn't expect this. I know a lot of people did not expect this, but man, he's ridiculous. They want wet food. That's what it is. 382 is all the way down here, $8.34. Previous area of resistance, couple areas of resistance and support. Yeah, it would make sense. Probably move down, I would say, to around $8.34. You could move all the way down to $5 or $4.80 even. Don't be surprised if you do. And the reason for that is a move like that, however fast it happens, that's still a higher low. Okay, that's still a higher low. So that's nothing to be ashamed of. But generally speaking, with bigger moves like this, strong moves like this, I do look for support at that 382. Now, just because you see price go below $8.34 doesn't mean that it's going down here. It's very common, you guys. I would say I wouldn't just say it. I am saying it. It's less common to bounce right off your 382. Okay, it's very common to break a little bit below it. You're still holding it as support, right? You can wick below it, close above it. That's holding it as support, but it's very common to see prices below there. So if I was looking to buy this thing, I wouldn't think about it until it's probably below at least $8.50 or $8.70 below this high. That would be, that's when I'd look to buy it personally. Bro, you gotta go. You gotta go, bro. We got bearish divergence presenting itself. It's not confirmed yet, though it is presenting itself. Pretty overbought on the weekly RSI too, above the 90s, man. Double top in the 90s. Like, probably going to see a pretty dramatic reversal. It'll probably happen quick. Yeah, I think this 834 area is something to watch. You could go all the way down here, though. Again, don't be surprised if you do, but down for ICP. Let's move on. We're going to be talking about Wolf. I think there were a couple people that requested Wolf. I'm going to look at some of these real quick. I'm going to add Buddha coin for Miss MJ's fusion there, or Mr. Buddha. Buddha. Anytime I hear Buddha, man, I think of Michael Scott and his voice, the American Office, not the not the UK version, where he goes Buddha. He like tries to say something, I don't know. It's like they're doing like butter play on word jokes, and he says Buddha or something like this. I don't know, man, but it's like Buddha. I don't know, man. Top to bottom on Wolf. Let me see. There we go. Top to bottom. Finding resistance at the 382. Yeah, you're on your weekly. Had a nice move up. Good to see. You know, overall fib from 2021. Like, this is a cycle, a bear cycle, high to low. So definitely a significant level. You probably move back to your 236. You're at 215 now, so seeing a move down to $1.55 shouldn't be worrisome at all. You can go below it. It's okay. I doubt that you go lower than this low, though I wouldn't throw it out of the equation that you could go lower than about $1.35. You absolutely could. Look for support in that $1.50 area, though. Rejected the overbought zone. That's not a good look. This week is still having 2 days left in it. So a lot can change. You know, a lot can happen in 2 days. 10%. That's nothing for this thing. It can definitely move in 2 days 10%. But, you know, we haven't seen those kind of moves in a while. So maybe we're overdue. Maybe we're not in that right kind of condition. But I would expect that we come down. This rejection look, if the week closes like this or lower, we'd have a bearish engulfing candle, rejection off the overbought zone. I would think that would spell bad things for Wolf in the immediate term. I don't know why it keeps doing this, man. It'll double click it or something. Let's see. Low to high here. The more relative fib. Bounced right off the 382. Nice. You probably do work your way down to the 618, which is all the way down at $1.30 to $1.45. So yeah, you probably do go down there. That would be my thought. Just a little bit below this low, you fill the gap, and then boom, you're on to the races again. Probably get a higher low, right? Higher low, and then up. That's my thoughts, right? Higher low. That was not a straight line at all. Something kind of like that, right? And it could take weeks. It doesn't have to. I mean, this would be at the halving, the month of the halving that could happen, and it could take months, man. It really could. We're on the weekly time frame in the stock market here, absolutely month to month. Thank you, Priya. Appreciate you. Hell yeah. OTK. We will talk about OTK. Throwing it on the list for sure. Thank you very much. Yeah. How do I don't know. How do I? It says let's celebrate their third super on a live stream. I don't know. I clicked on it and it says report. I'm not gonna report, but we are gonna celebrate it. Thank you. I think that's why you got the number 3 there. I'm new to this, man. I'm new to this live streaming super stuff, man. But thank you very much. Let me just see. The correct Buddha coin has the glasses just like Jesus coin. Okay. So it's like another religious meme coin. Okay, I got you. Brilliant TA. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate you, man. You know, all that to say, guys, with Wolf, I think it's going down. Probably going down. Don't be surprised if it's in a multi-month lull. If it happens quick, you know, the quicker it happens, the shorter amount of time it happens. But I do think that we're probably going to see the price go down, I would think, below $2. Of course, we're at $2.15 now, but below $1.50 even. And if we go below $1.30, it wouldn't be by much, but I would think we hold around that $1.30 to $1.45 area. That would be my expectation. I want to look at the daily real quick, see if there's anything on there. Yeah, I think it wants to go down. You could find support here. Let's see how this week closes, because if you find support here, you're finding support on your daily 50. That's not a bad look. Finding support on this kind of ascending trend line you have would not be a bad look either, and also in culmination with that off of this green line. Yes, you have not touched it, but I would still count that as finding support in this area. So let's see how this week closes. Just because it closes higher doesn't mean that you're out of the woods yet, because you could still have a lower high to go, and then you're on a new trend down. I do very much expect that you're going to go down, but let's just see how this week closes. You could, I would say that it's definitely confirmed that you're going to that $1.30 to $1.45 area if you break out of this ascending trend, which I think you will. But let's just see how it works. There was one fib that I wanted to look at that I forgot to, but I want to look at it real quick. Top to bottom, yeah, $1.16. You could move even lower, man. You could move even lower than $1.30. But again, like I said, not by much. $1.16 ain't too far below that. So that's Wolf. That's Wolf. Probably goes down, and then it probably goes up. It probably does really well. I do like Wolf. I think it's one of the better crypto mining stocks to invest in, but I can be wrong on that. Even if I am wrong on that, I still think it does well. 14,132. That's a good number, Ashley. I don't know. I don't know what it means, but great show minus the cat ass. Hey, man, it's only a good show if you got some ass, No, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. It was annoying, man. It really was annoying. You know what comes out of a cat's butt? It's not sunshine and rainbows, man. And he was putting it on the back of my head, like, oh, he's just laying there. He's okay, but he's laying facing away from me right now. I don't know. Let me see if I can show you guys real quick. Let me see. He's right. I think you can see his tail. I don't know. I'm not gonna move my chair. I'm all discombobulated here. There we go. All right. We are talking now about Jesus coin. We're talking about Jesus. So right off the bat with Jesus, man, what I really like about Jesus coin is, besides the community, of course, got to show love to the community. Previous all-time high on a daily close. And yes, this is the daily chart. It's a very new coin. Previous all-time high on a daily close. You're finding support on that. That's anything but bearish, man. That's not a bad thing at all. Something to be excited about for sure. Definitely something to be excited about. But let me see. I got all thrown off with. And anyways, when you break this line, if you break this line, don't be discouraged. It's okay, right? You can go below it and then come back up it. Even if you do close below it, that's okay. There's plenty of areas for support down below. I personally do expect that you're going to go lower, but to be fair, generally speaking, with corrections, you end, like with moves up, right? This move up, you ended with high volume, okay? With moves down, you end on low volume. Now, there's plenty of times where you end on high volume on a move down and you end on low volume on a move up. That happens too, but just generally speaking, you end moves up with high volume, you end moves down with low volume. So here we are moving down, and here it is, some of the lowest volume that we've seen in a very long time. We could find, like I know I was talking about Jesus coin going lower than 6 zeros, adding another zero on there, being 7 zeros or lower, right? Somewhere in this, what was it, like 7075 area, yeah, somewhere around there, maybe even 7045. I remember. But this could have been the low. This really could have been the low. I also have been saying this whole time that the faster this happens, which this is pretty fast, this happened a lot faster than I thought it would, the quicker this is going to get out of the way. So, and we're holding support. We have been holding support at a key area, in my opinion. You can even take this area. I think this is a pretty key area as well. This is like a zone in itself. We're holding that very well. Again, if we break below that, it's not game over at all. But don't be surprised. Don't be thrown off if we do end up going, to the 618 here. If we go all the way down to 7045, if we find support on the 0.5 itself, which is a previous area of resistance, support, resistance, it wouldn't be crazy at all. We could go lower. But with that being said, it's a higher low. Off the 382, you didn't even actually hit the 382. That is a bullish look in itself. We got a little bit of a follow through, but we found resistance on the 236. It's very common to go from your 382 to your 236 and then down to your 0.5 618 area. It's very common. So don't be surprised if we go lower. It's a better opportunity to buy. But if we can get some days, multiple days, to close above this level here at 602189, that would be really good for Jesus Coin. That would mean that it would just add to the validity of the idea that this is the low and that we are getting ready for new all-time highs. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to happen immediately. It could, but probably we'd meander our way up, right? Just as we did, we had a little breakout, but then instead of breaking out to new all-time highs immediately, we meandered, and then moved up, and then still we were meandering. This move in itself was a bit of meander, and then it moved up more. We can crawl our way up, reject, and then I know I've got a big mess on the chart, but if I really had to guess for Jesus Coin, oh, man, I would think you go lower. I would. You're below your 50. You're below the 40 even. You rejected it. I would think you go lower. Yeah. Let's look at the 4-hour. 4-hour does look weak. It looks constructive, though. It does look productive. Man, it's hard to say. This low volume is getting me excited, but not too easy to say. Trend is your friend until the end. Right now we got lower highs and lower lows, so I'm saying lower. I'm sticking with the idea that we probably go to 7075, 7045, somewhere in that area, and then probably move up. I think this thing has huge potential. I think it'll do well, but that's all I got for this thing here. Let me see here. Yeah, definitely, Mark R. It definitely is different. Are we still bullish on altcoins? Not all altcoins are bullish. Not all altcoins are bearish right now. If I had to say right, Calpo. Some, I'd say a very few amount of altcoins I'm bullish on, but probably most I would be bearish on. Right now, yes, especially right now. Do you think touching the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2 fill the gap? Is there a gap? Is there a gap, Rockman? I don't know. Is there a gap? I don't think there is. Maybe on a different chart, maybe on like the Poloniex chart or something, in which case, sure. I don't think there is a gap. I don't see any gaps. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm blind. Let me see real quick. Do not fade normies. Maybe fade the normies. I don't know. Sometimes the people that don't know anything about crypto, don't know anything about charts, they actually make the most accurate predictions. It's like that lack of knowledge that allows you to see things clearly. It's because it really is simple, right? It's just basic psychology. When you throw all these like complicated technicalities in there, you overcomplicate it, and I mean that doesn't help with emotions whenever things are overcomplicated. But again, just to end this off with Jesus Coin, I'm getting off on a tangent there. I'm sorry. Higher lows, not a bad look. Higher highs, sure, but a double top. I wouldn't think that this is the end of it. I would think that there's continuation down, but you can even go lower than this area and still be fine. I don't think, if you went, I don't think that you'd go lower than any of these lows really. But if you did, I wouldn't think that you went. I wouldn't think that you go below this range here, like at the lows here. But I would kind of think that you hold. Last line of support would be that 7045, but this really could be the bottom right now. I do, even with saying that though, with believing that there's a solid chance this could be the low, this like relative low right here. I would still bet that it probably goes lower. That's my genuine opinion on the matter. So let's move on from there. We're gonna be talking about Jones, another one on deck screener here. Alex Jones. That's what this. I'm pretty sure. Jones Dow or Jones Alex Jones? I'm going to do Alex Jones because I think that's what it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Wow, that's interesting. I did not know that. Number one coin swapped on Coinbase Wallet. Why is ICP pumping so much while other coins are down? Well, hold on now. Is it? Like, I mean, it's up 10.5% this week. I wouldn't say it's pumping so much. It's kind of been stagnant, really, for the last, 5 days. Slightly moving up. Volume's dying down. Why is it pumping so hard? If I really had to guess why it pumped from low to high so hard is because it dumped really hard. It moved sideways, and it was being boring for a long time, and it finally had its day. It had the only bit of bullish price action like truly bullish price action that it's ever seen. So it was overdue. Maybe it was overdue. A lot of these other coins, they've already had their moves up. They haven't been as death, going down. So they weren't overdue. This was probably just overdue. Would be my think. It's what they call a relief rally. But with that being said, it probably does come back down, forms a higher low, and then continues up higher. I don't think it'll see new all-time highs though. There's too many coins being pumped into the market for that. But let's see. I'm going to talk about Alex Jones here. What you got on Tesla? We'll talk about. Is there a JLo coin? There might be. If there isn't, there will be now, man. People will make coins just because people talk about them. What was I going to write down? Tesla, that's right. Love Tesla, man. I love Elon Musk. I don't know how anybody else feels about him, but I first heard about Elon Musk or figured out who he was like in 2017, maybe earlier than that, but ever since I figured out, no, I think it was 2015. I think it was 2015, because he was talking about doing some stuff like missions to Mars in 2018, which never happened actually, because things just take longer than you think they do. But I think it was 2015. But man, I've been an Elon Musk fan from the moment that I figured out what he's about. I really do like Elon Musk a lot, man. Talking about that too much. Let's see. Top to bottom on Jones probably goes up to its 382. Probably. This is a very new chart. Not a whole lot to go off of, right? It's been around since the 9th of December. Not even a month yet. Using fibs in the way that I would, expect this to behave, it probably goes up to its 382. You can see this line of closing candles here and opening candles here. A little bit of resistance at that 382. Probably moves up to 6021. You're at 6016 now. You probably find resistance there and then go lower. Will you go lower than this low? Probably. Maybe. I don't know. Will you find a slightly higher low? Maybe. But you probably do go down, I would think, lower after this. But for the time being, you probably move up. Yeah, not a whole lot to go off of on that one. But I would think you go up a little bit more, find resistance there, and then move down. This is the kind of coin. Let's see. Let me just look at it real quick just to kind of make sure I know that I'm not full of it, right? Volume 4.4K. So that's in a 24-hour period. So if you have 5K in this thing and you're waiting on it to move up before you sell, it had less than that in a 24-hour span. So you're going to have a hell of a time selling it at those prices. You might even sell it at lower prices than this if you unload a full 5K, right? It doesn't take much money to move this thing. So with that being said, I'm calling for it to go up to like this area here, 601, what is it, 2? No, it's, sorry, 6021 area. It could go all the way up in a day. It could go all the way down in a day. Very low volume, very low market cap. This, who knows with this coin. But I do think it goes a little bit higher with that being said, and then probably comes down from there. Elon is a goat, bro. He seriously is. Well said, Mark. Hell yeah. Stan, yeah. He's good. I think he's a good guy, man. Anybody who tells advertisers to fuck off, pardon my French, I'm just quoting the man himself. He really doesn't care about money, man. He cares about standing up for what he believes in. At least that's how he seems. It's easy to seem like you don't care about money when you have it. You know what I mean? But maybe he's never cared about money. He started a company. He started Tesla full-heartedly assuming, multiple times saying publicly that he thought it would fail. And he still started. So maybe he doesn't care about money, man. He understands money, guys. I have a theory, real quick, little tangent on Elon Musk. He made PayPal, right? He talked about Dogecoin a lot. He hasn't talked about it yet. Like, my theory is I think Elon Musk knows how to read charts. I think he might have a background or some kind of knowledge. If he's ever bored and wants to learn something, like he made PayPal, man. He's got to know a little bit about how money moves, right? How it operates. Like, maybe he knows how to read charts. Maybe he's a technical analyst of himself. I've got a little theory that Elon Musk knows TA, man. He knows how to read the charts, and I think he'll start talking about Dogecoin when he thinks things are going to go off. Not that he talks about it and then it goes off. I think he's just going to make a calculated endeavor with that. Sorry, I've got some plants behind here and they're looking kind of sad. I'm going to have to fix that, but that's okay. I will talk about it in a quick second there, CZ. Tesla's at the bottom of the list though, so it'll take just a second. But Let me see. Humanity. ARK has been selling coin for 2 months. Solid, so top must be in. Maybe. Elon for president, bro. I would. Can he be president? Isn't he from South Africa? Like, is that allowed? I don't know. I would vote for him if he ran, but he'd probably get assassinated if he ran. Sad as it is to say, the people in power don't want someone who's actually got the people's interests in heart in mind. They don't want someone like that in power. Last time we had someone who wanted to do right by the people, he got So as sad as it is to say. Jones is the degen memes. Yeah, small play. Yeah, exactly, man. Like, you want to put some money in something like this, go for it. But don't put. You don't need to be putting $1,000 in this. You could put $100 in this thing, and it could turn into $1,000. It could turn into $100,000. Like, if it did well, if it caught on, if it got popular, I wouldn't bet on that happening. But I said the same things about Jesus Coin, man. And it's like. It did really well for me, but I'm not saying that's going to happen. There's a bunch of coins that want to be meme coins, that want to be the next thing. Could this one be it? Maybe, maybe not. Most of them fail, so the odds are probably that it will fail inevitably. But I think in the meantime, some upside, maybe some downside, and then maybe some upside afterwards, maybe some more downside and then upside afterwards. Who knows? But relatively speaking, up and then down is what I'm thinking. You probably find resistance at the 6021 area, 215 area. Let's move on from there. We're talking about Compound, Apache Garage. I remember you're the one that requested this. Anybody who's been waiting for their coins, thank you for being patient. It's my bedtime, guys. I normally go to bed about an hour and a half ago, but I felt obligated because I've been in Vegas. I got married. It was New Year's Eve. For those of you that don't know, for those of you who are joining, missed the beginning of it. I was gone for that, so I figured what better way to come back and fulfill some requests than just do a live stream about it, man. Because I got a whole, guys, like 3 days out, and the amount of comments I got, which thank you all. Like, please feel free to comment, leave as many comments as you want. It doesn't bother me. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I've spent 2 hours today and I'm not even halfway done. 2 hours just going through the comments, responding to them, reading them. I'm a slow reader, but I'm quick to respond, and I'm not even halfway done. So bravo on spamming the comments. Again, I'm not complaining about it. It's a blessing, man. It really is. I appreciate everybody, but there's a lot of requests. So and instead of making a bunch of videos tonight doing requests, I just figured I would do a live stream and fulfill requests that way. Let's see. I'm also. Oh, hey. They say Elon has Asperger's, or he's probably got something weird with him, man, right? Because he's not normal by any means. But thank God for that, I guess. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate you guys. Thank you all for saying congratulations. I appreciate that, man. Yeah. We have a kid together. A little bit of a personal story here, but. For those of you that don't, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever said this before, but I was going to move to Puerto Rico back whenever I first met my wife, my current wife. I met her. I hadn't given up on the U.S., but I wanted to move somewhere warmer. I'd given up on finding a girl here, finding love here. I'm like, maybe I'll find one in Puerto Rico, but of course, as I'm planning on leaving, I bought the flights and everything. The flight. Not a round trip, it was just one flight. Didn't have a place picked out for rent, didn't have a job lined up. I made some cash with Dogecoin, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go down there, live off my investments, trade around, and play the market right, and hopefully make some money while I'm down there. Long story short, found her. We ended up having a kid, so I stayed, and the rest is history. We're married now, and yeah, man, it's good. I really do. I feel like Puerto Rico, Central America is calling me. I would like to get down there at some point, but I've visited before, never to Puerto Rico, but Central America. But maybe at some point, but it's not in the cards right now. But that's okay, man. That's what you get whenever you have a family. You got to compromise, but it's not a hard choice to make. Congrats, DGen. Thank you, thank you all. 420, baby. It's done it before. It'll do it again. 6 years. Congratulations. Oh, yeah. I love Celeste. That's a great name. Man, I go eat at this restaurant. My a family friend who I've known since I was like younger than 5. He moved to Denver. Him and his ex-wife, but they're friends. Her name is Celeste. They're really good people, man. They're really, really good people. You know they're good people because they got a divorce and they work together. They're still cool. They own a business together. They have their own like separate things going on with their own families, but they're good people. They keep it civil, you know. But enough about my life. Enough about other people's lives. Let's get back into the crypto, man. Let's talk about this. You guys have been so patient. Thank you for being patient. That's what you get the live streams, though, man. We get off on a little tangents. That's part of it. Compound on the weekly, loving it, man, loving it. Why? Because we're in this grand accumulation phase, right? Even if we go down, we went all the way down to 47, 45. Did we do that today? Yeah, we did, or I guess technically yesterday. Yeah, we did. But what a recovery! You know, we could go lower. We could go all the way down to 35. Who cares? We're still in this. I mean, we could go all the way down to 25. We're still in this area of accumulation. When it comes time, that's not what I wanted. When it comes time to break out of this accumulation, we're probably going to move up to the relative 3, or not the relative 382, but the macro 382 is what I would think, which is all the way at about $100. I would think this is a fake out. I had it drawn on there before. That is the all-time low. I would maybe here. The 382 is at, and you know, who cares? You draw it here, 382 is at 101.83. Here it's at 94. That is a little bit of a spread, but if you think about it, still in the $100 area, still at this previous area of support. It all, you know, more or less potato, $94, $101. I might do this because to me, this was your move, right? Top to bottom. This was your fake out. Fake out move, I'm not gonna count it, right? More volume over here, a lot less volume here. Not that that matters. This is your technical low, to be completely fair. I'm not one of those people. There's some crazy people out there who I will leave nameless, but they have far bigger accounts than me, but they want to pretend things like this. I'm gonna get distracted real quick. There are people who are literally, something's wrong with them in the brain because they want to pretend that this is the all-time high and that this was not. They want to say they called the all-time high whenever this is the all-time high. They want to say that they called the cycle low whenever this is the cycle low. If you guys know who I'm talking about, you know that he's a hustler. And you know, I don't know anything about him. That's why I'm not like dropping names, but he's very adamant about saying that he called this low and he called the highs, and it's like, no, this is actually the high, man. This is actually the low. This is not a double bottom. Anyways, I'm getting off on a tangent here. We'll definitely talk about Link. Link for left of center. Left of center. That would make you the left guard, which I was the left guard in high school, actually, on my football team. Link. We're going to talk about Link. And that's last on the list. We've probably got like 7 ahead of that or 6 ahead of that, but we will go through all of that. Compound here, so probably goes up, man. It's waiting right now, right? It's waiting to break out. When it breaks out, it's going to be phenomenal. I'm not worried about this thing at all. It could drop a little bit from here, but probably make a move up to that $100 area is what I'm thinking. It's just a matter of time. It really is just a matter of time. Yeah. 102, yeah. Right around that green line, what you might do is you might see like a quick move, an initial move up to there. You might consolidate and then see the rest of your move take place. You might just go all the way to your 618, man. With an accumulation phase, as long as this, when you break out of it, you're gonna see some fireworks fly, man. $100, $200, $300, like it's $400. It's all possible. This thing's it's wound up. It's very tightly sprung, man, or tightly wounded. It's gonna spring. When this spring springs, man, the spring that is sprung it'll take you places, man. Compound's at $54 now. I have price targets personally for $8,800. If not there, at least somewhere above $2,000. But this thing, I mean, I've got high hopes for Compound, man. Let's look at the more immediate term stuff. I know I've been talking about like long-term stuff. Let's see. Hidden bullish divergence. I'm not a big fan of this candle that we had yesterday, though. You did find support on the 0.5. It did get eaten back up pretty quickly. 4-hour looks a bit weak. I would think you come lower. Maybe you go lower than here, but you don't go lower than this. You could very well see prices below $47 again, but you might find support at 50 or at 48, 49, somewhere that you found support before. That's possible as well. You probably go a little lower from here if I had to guess, but I think this downside's coming to an end pretty soon. Pretty soon. You might see compound run up while other cryptos are running down, Bitcoin included. Or you might see it crap out with the rest of crypto too, which is the more common maneuver to take place anyways. So that's compound. Let's talk about ETC. ETC, I think it's ETC, AKT, CAS, Buddha, Tesla, OTK, and then Link. I think, or maybe it's OTK and then Tesla and then Link. Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. Comp, ETC. And just so you know too, guys, and Priscilla, you know, I know you left the super. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Just so you know, guys, you do not have to tip. I appreciate tips, but you do not have to tip to see your request be done. And unfortunately to the tippers, you know, I'm not going to move you to the top of the list. I mean, maybe I should, man. I don't know. This is all new to me. I'm trying to figure out how to go about it. Maybe I'll do that differently, but for right now, it's just first come, first serve. If you want to tip, I appreciate it, you know, but I'm not giving special treatment to anybody. It's really just first come, first serve. If I give special treatment to anybody, it's because I meant to talk about it and I forgot to, so I'll make it a priority to talk about it. But as of right now, all tips are donations, you know. I don't charge anybody for anything, not even for their placement in line. And I'm not going to talk too much about that, but I appreciate everybody showing their support, whether you're doing that through donations or you're doing that through hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, even just watching, or just participating in the comment section and leaving comments, leaving requests. Like, thank you guys all for just contributing in all your own ways. I really appreciate all of you. But we are going to get through these. I'm going to move through these a little bit faster now because I do need to go to bed. And I need to move through them before more requests come on. Let's see, ETC, man. I forget how good it looks, but every time I look at it in the grand scheme of things, it's great. It really does look good. Higher lows, higher highs throughout its whole existence. This is a bullish chart. It really is a bullish chart, and you are at the point right now where you're in this accumulation zone, right? You're getting ready to break this trend that you have. You're getting ready to do some firework things for sure. On the daily RSI is looking like it's slipping a little bit. I would think you go lower. Surprise, surprise. Most things are going lower. I'm not going to be right with all these, right? Like maybe some of them go up, but I would bet most of them do go lower. Yeah, that's a pretty big day. Most cryptos have recovered if they've seen days like this so far. But look at this, right? Like you had a recovery, you still bled down, and then you moved up, and then now here you are going down again. So I would think that you actually do go below this low even. I think you will. Let's see. Let's do a weekly real quick. I want to take this low to this high. I bet you go to 17. Yeah, $17 to $16, probably in that range, and then up. And that's not a problem at all. Why? Because again, it's just a higher low. It's just a higher low. That's all it is. You're still in your accumulation phase. Nothing wrong with that. If you look at that like that, that just looks right. You might even have more of like an ascending triangle look with something like that, right? Where you have these higher lows in succession with your flat kind of base top that you have here. It's not a conventional ascending triangle, but more or less a bullish structure. You have not bearish divergence on your weekly, but oh man, here's something that maybe some people don't know. It took me a second to accept this as truth, and maybe it is truth, maybe it's not truth, but the RSI has patterns as well. Like it corresponds to wedges, head and shoulders patterns, ascending triangles, descending triangles, cup and handles, things like that. Like it definitely, man, my cat just clawed me. That's what, if you guys saw me, I'm like, what the hell? But this to me looks like a head and shoulders on the weekly RSI. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, you're breaking out. You probably come down. You probably move down to your 50 if I had to think. So you probably go lower. Again, you probably go lower. And where would that take you? 17 to 1630, somewhere in that range. The reason I'm taking this low instead of this low is this was low to high here. Here it was this low to this high, so it's more relative, if that makes sense. But probably lower and then up. I do think ETC will see new highs by the end of the cycle, but that's a ways away from now. So down first, down first. Moving on from there, we're going to be talking about AKT for Stana. She said toss. I don't know if she's in here or if she left, but I feel like normally, Stana, you watch it all the way through, so you might still be in here. She's normally like the last one to leave, but you might have things to do, man. I know your day's starting out, so. Let me see. See real quick. Like, subscribe, and share. That's right, Mark. Thank you. Dogecoin. Oh, definitely. We'll talk about some Dogecoin. Yeah. Yes, we will. Yes, oh yes. Some Dogecoin. Mike Ike, what's up? XRP? Yeah, we'll do that too. XRP. Dogecoin for AKA West, and Mike Ike gets some XRP. No problem. Thank you. Appreciate you. AKT, Kraken. Is it Kraken? Is that the one? We'll use Kraken. I think that's fine. Looking bullish. Looking bullish. Looking very bullish, man. What a bearish day everything had yesterday. And this thing's like, nope, I'm going to have a bullish engulfing candle. Double bouncing off your 50. Wow. Back to the thing that I was saying earlier. Not all altcoins are going down. This thing looks good, man. This might be the first one out of all of them that I think goes up more other than Jones. But Jones is like a short-term thing. This looks like it's getting ready for its next leg up, which still might be short-term, but very constructive, very productive price action, man. Let's see. High here to low. At your 1414, you found, look at that, yeah. Found support on your 1272 a few times, right? Just held it as support. You're up above your 14. You're probably going to $3.04, yeah. Up to the 1618, you probably do. I bet that's where you're going now. 262. It could happen over the next few days. It could happen over the next couple weeks, something like that. But looking at how you like to move, whenever you do decide to move, it's 1, 2, 3 days. 1, 2, 3, 4 days to find your high. So probably in a week's time or less, you might see that happening. I think you're in the midst of it right now. If this was your first day even, it could be like 2 or 3 days from now. This looks like it's moving up right now. Let's look at the 4 hour just to kind of confirm that. Yeah, strong, looking good, bro. Yeah, good job, Stana. Of course, you guys, if you don't know, Stana's got she's only lost once out of any shitcoin showdown or altcoin showdown that she showed up to. Picks the winners. She's got a good eye for cryptos, guys. So. This is definitely, I think, a good one. I know that you hold some. I know there's some people in the Discord that follow the channel that also hold some. But man, this looks really good. I love the respect, man. Like, you just tipped the 618 here, broke straight through it on the next attempt, found support on your 786, found support on your 886, found support on your 1272. Like, it's just beautiful. You probably go to $3.04, maybe a little bit above it, right? As you do, you don't stop right at them, except for this one time here, and then you probably come back down to find support on a previous area of resistance. You're stair-stepping your way up. You're probably going to continue to do that. This looks really good, really, really good. So probably up from here. Let's move on to Caspa USD. I've been meaning to make a video on Cas, man, but oh yeah, we got the move. Yep, it happened. Cool. Good job. You got it out of the way too, man. You're already there. 51%. You probably go down more. Here's my thoughts on Cas, man, and why I think it goes down more. I see some comments rolling in. I'll look at them in a second, just in case I'm missing anything. But first, from this high to this low, 74% of a drop. I haven't talked about this in a while. From this high to this low, we're not going to do the scam wick. That's a 76% drop. From this high to this low, 56% drop. From this high to this low, 72% drop. And we had this whole move up. This is our first drop. Seen any of these, right? Longest move up, 51% down. Are we going to see the shortest move down? I don't think so. I would think that we're probably going to see at least something bigger than this, but something smaller than 76%. So 56%, let's say we went to 60. I mean, that'd put you at about 5.8 cents, 5.9 cents. 70 cents could take you all the way down to 4.2 cents. You could go all the way to 4 cents itself. I've been wrong about Caspa more than I've been right. So the fact that I'm saying that, don't hold me to it. Though I have, I did expect that the price would continue to go up here, and it didn't. But I was quick to call for prices to go lower, and I've stood by that over the weeks. And here we are. Definitely has gone lower. I was calling for prices. I forget who it was. I would give him a shout out right now if I could remember, but it's been some time. But he was calling for it to go down there, and he's like, not that I'm the smartest guy, but or he said I'm no genius, but I think it's going to 9 to 9.50 somewhere in there. And I was like, you're no genius. How come you're making the right call? I think he did make the right call, man, because here we are. It went all the way down to 7.5 cents. Let's do some quick little low to highs. 236. I wonder real quick. It's been a second on Caspa, man. It has been a second. Let's see. Low to high. 382. Yes. Okay. Low again. I'm not counting the scam wick. 382 again, huh? Nice. This one was a little deeper. Yeah, 0.5. Okay. And then here, a little bit above the 382. Again, though, this is kind of like your overall move, right? This is like a pit stop throughout this overall like move up. 236. You probably do. You probably do go below 6 cents. And what is very common, you guys, with 382s, right? I'll give you 5 seconds to answer. This is your chance. No, I'm just kidding. It's if you answer or not, it's all good. Let's see. Holding from nice. Good job. Good job, Stan. Not $8, right? Yeah, she hasn't been holding from $8. She meant 80 cents. Okay. Let's see. You can't kill it, BTC. Inverse Kramer. Then all BTC money flows into alts. Yeah. How to promote my broker. I don't know, man. Who's your broker? Go ahead and promote him now. Be careful, guys. It might be a scam. It might not be. I'm not trying to dog you, but most people that try to promote, when you say broker, I don't know if you mean like an exchange or if you mean like a personal individual financial advisor, a broker like that. Most people that promote individual financial advisors, it tends to be scams. So I don't know, but just be aware. But let me see here. Cas gonna blow up like Bitcoin. Same fundamental. Ghost Ag. Yeah, I know about the Ghost Ag. I don't know a lot about it, but it sounds exciting. Yeah. AKT looks good, man. It's definitely good. It's close to entering top 100. Hell yeah. All right, cool. Read through all of it. I don't know what you mean, Simon. Elaborate, my friend. Elaborate. Bottom to top. Probably move to the below 6 cent zone. And again, what's common with the 382? You don't bounce right off it. You actually go a little bit below it. And what is right below the 382? It's your previous highs, right? Your previous area of consolidation, your previous resistance zone. Finding support there wouldn't be crazy, right at 5 cents too. So I'd say somewhere between 5 to 6 cents is likely where you're going for this thing before you see some more major side up. Again, if we go all the way back with this, if it'll let me. Come on now. There we go. We've got a 74, 76, 56, 72% drop, of which so far we've dropped smaller than any of those. I do think that we have lower to go. I don't think that we're going to stop at 56%. I would think that you go lower than 70. Oh, man. 70% drop would even take you below 5 cents. So maybe you don't do that. Maybe, but I think, again, calling for like a 5.8 to a 5 cent area, which is like 60 to 68% of a drop. That's not uncalled for, especially when comparing it to previous price action. So overbought, got out of the overbought zone, time to move down, probably. Yeah, rejecting the 50 area. Looks like you want to go lower. Lower. That's CAS. All right, let's move on from there. 5 months trading, no profit because I don't promote my broker. Needs to pay you. Your broker needs to pay you. You're 5 months trading, no profit, because you don't promote your broker. I'm confused. I don't know. I might just not understand. Um, but I would think you would make money, profits or not, off of trading. If you're trading, if you're promoting a broker, that has nothing to do with trading. I mean, not if they're a trader, but like how would that affect your profits? Like if you're doing good in profits, like if you're doing good in trading, then promote your broker or not, you're gonna make profits. But unless you're thinking of it as like some kind of karma thing, you're having bad luck because you're not promoting your broker. I don't know. Um, no problem. No problem. Yes. Next is Buddha coin. You're right. You're right. Let's move on to Buddha. Man, my laptop is hot, guys. It has been on for a second. Buddha. Hey, do you got? Oh, it's Buddha. My bad. My broker need to pay me plus free signs. Or signals. I don't know. I don't know, man. Anybody and everybody. If anybody tries to ask you to send them money and they'll double it, that's a scam. If they have you scan a QR code, don't scan it. Only scan QR codes that exchanges provide. Be aware of scammers in this space. You never know. And I'm not trying to say anybody is a scammer or isn't a scammer, but just be cautious, because there are some low life scumbags out there who want to take your hard-earned money that you're trying to make solid gains with and life-changing money and do well. Don't get fooled by them. Don't let somebody bullshit you. Do not get suckered into things. A very common trick, scam in the crypto space is, you send me 2 ETH, I'll send you 4 ETH. We're doing a promotion, a special deal, blah blah blah. Whoever's doing it, who cares? If you send anywhere between 0.1 ETH to 1,000 ETH, we'll double it as a token of our gratitude. Nobody's going to do that. If they really want to send you money, they wouldn't need you to send them money. That's not how that works. Please be careful for scams, guys. Please be careful, because if you don't know any better, like if you know better, they're obvious. They're very obvious. But if you don't know any better, you can fall prey to them. These scammers stay in business for a reason. They do it for a reason. They fish for like thousands of people, and all they need is one person to make it worth their time. So if anybody tries to send you a QR code to scan, don't scan it. Just scan it through, unless you know them personally, unless you trust them. Don't scan it. If it's they're trying to take you to a website, send you a link. If you don't know them personally, don't click it. If it's through an exchange, if it's an exchange doing this, okay, cool. If it's someone you know personally and they've gotten good results from it, or it's something different, like they're just sending you, okay, cool, you can trust them. But if it's just random people online, be careful. Be careful. And again, I'm not calling anyone in here a scammer. There might be scammers in here. I just got 4 people that left off of saying that, so I'm certain those were 4 scammers that left. No, I don't know. But let's see. Great advice. If it seems too good to be true, it is. Very much so. Very much so. Nobody's giving you money for free in this space. They will take your money for free, though. With very little cost to them, they will take money. Some people, they're driving nice cars, showing big money. Why not us? Even $20 US per day is enough. My broker is Exness Cerebration, 15 years on trade. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Simon Paulus, I don't know, man. It's a loss in the translation, man. I don't understand completely what I get most of what you're trying to say, but I don't understand. But why do you keep saying my broker? Why are you keeping it from like saying who it is? You can say who it is, your broker. You guys can all look him up or her up, like whoever it is. I don't care. But just be wary about giving people money. When it comes to looking them up, that's free. But if they're like, hey, give me money, tell them to, just. Anyways, I don't know, man. Personally, Simon Paulus, I don't fully understand, man. But I would say you don't need a broker. All you need to do is buy Bitcoin, buy Dogecoin, buy Bitcoin Cash, buy Ethereum. Buy some solid coins and just hold it. You want to make money a day. $20 US per day is enough. That'd be enough for me too, man. At least to eat, But Definitely having more than that's nice, but you can make that kind of money with crypto. You can definitely do it, and the easiest way to do it is to just buy and forget about it. You don't need a broker to do that, man. You really don't need a broker to do that. You just need to take the time to learn. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm spending too much time talking about this. Let's see, Buddha. We haven't even gotten into it yet, man. Buddha, and then we're going to be talking about OTK, and then we're going to be talking about Tesla, and then Link, then Doge, then XRP. We're getting through this a little bit. So looking at it on the daily, it's a very new chart. Not a whole lot to go off of. It's not easy to do TA on things like this, so don't hold me accountable. Bottom to top, though, is this right? Aha. Okay. Nice. 786 support. Broke below the 618, but you got back above it. I don't know, man. That could be your low. It's also a previous area of resistance here, right? Previous high. That could be your low. That's a higher low. It's a weird looking chart, but that really could be your low there. I kind of like it. Again, it's a new chart. I don't have my indicator on here. Let's do it real quick. I've gotten pretty quick at adjusting this to the parameters that I like. You know what, though? We'll just leave it. We'll leave it like that. I'm not going to make it look all nice. We'll just leave it at purple on purple. You got hidden bearish divergence. This would make me think you go lower on the 4-hour. Daily, there's literally nothing to go off of. The 1 hour does look weak. I would think you go lower. I would think you go lower. Lower than here, maybe not lower than that. And if you do go lower than that, maybe the 886 is where you find support. 4 zeros, 1414. Kind of wouldn't be crazy at all. But you're near the bottom. You're near the bottom. If not at it already, like genuinely speaking. It's a very new chart, so anything can happen. Low market cap. Watch it do well. But who knows? I would think, off the top of my head, I would say it probably goes down. Okay, blow hour. Simon Paulus, you're drunk, bro. I don't know what you're saying. No offense, bro. I don't, okay, blow hour. I'm not going to blow you or anything, man. Let's see here. OTK. OTK. Yeah. Octo Gaming. I've never heard of this one. Priscilla. I'm pretty sure it was Priscilla. Or Priya. Who? Let me see. Can I go back? Priya. It was Priya. Priya Cotterell, not Priscilla. I'm sorry, I said Priscilla. Priya. I've never heard of this one before, but we're talking about it now, man. Bullish 4-hour, bullish daily, and bullish weekly, of course. Let's see. Do we have a longer standing history? We don't. It's just on KuCoin, so we'll take it. We'll take it, man. Nice move. What is this thing? What is it? $17 million market cap, very low cap coin. Something like this could see hundreds of X's if it gains popularity, if it does well. You never know. Don't take that to the bank. It could also spiral to the downside forever. But that's a pretty bullish looking chart, man. That's pretty crazy. Volume's dying off as you're climbing. You're probably going to see some pullback eventually. Got a little volume. I like the daily RSI. I want to say you're going to continue to move, man, honestly. Yesterday, again, one of these coins, man, while everything shit the bed, this thing had a breakout. I think you continue to build. I think you go higher. I really do. Where, oh, where are you going to go? OTK. Yeah. You're at 6.2 cents. You probably go up to 7.5, 757. You go right up there to the 2272. You might even go all the way up to your 2618. With how bullish this is, like you really could go all the way up to almost 10 cents. But I would at least expect 7.5 cents, almost 7.6 cents actually. And you could go higher. It is possible. Let's look at the daily real quick, see if we can get anything. No. Finding support on the 1618, you could. I think you do. I actually do think you go around that 10 cent area. Look for maybe some resistance around here, 7.5. But I think you're moving up to that 10 cent area. Psychological resistance, 227 or 2618. It makes sense to me. Everything looks bullish. Probably goes up from here. Probably does. If it goes down, it's not going to be by much. I think you're in the midst of like the next phase up. So good job, Priya and Stana, for bringing us some relative upward movers, and whoever it was that requested Jones, because that one also looks like it's moving up in the immediate term. Maybe down a little bit, but relatively soon. Now we're talking about Tesla, TSLA. Moving through this, man. Hit the like. Hit that like. Thank you, Mark R. I appreciate you, bro. Hidden bullish divergence. Dude, maybe not. Low here, lower low, low here, lower low. Okay. Higher low in prices, though. Kind of looks nice. Sorry. Let's see. Bottom to top. Found support on your 382. I saw it. Yeah, right there. You're above your 236. This looks good, man. If you move lower, and you probably do a little bit, you move down to about 230, and then you're going to move up. I think this looks good. I think right now, I don't think you're going to go lower than this low. I'd be surprised if you got too much below this red line. I think you go a little bit below it, but not too much below it. I don't think you're going to go below this low. I don't think you're going to go below that low. Maybe something like that. Around 230 and then up. Looks good. Weekly RSI, you're above the 50. You're in a position to bounce off the 50. You could move down tomorrow, come back up, and close the week here, something like that. Even if you close the week a little bit lower, right? You've bounced off the 50 a little bit lower, a couple times even. So that's actually pretty common for this thing. So you could go below the 50 and still be in good shape. You're wrestling this green line. Yeah, I like it, man. I like it. You don't really respect it, though, do you? You don't respect that green line too often. But I like it. I do. Let's look at the daily. Let's see here. Come on now. Lower high, sure. Lower high, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I really wouldn't think you go below there, but let's see. 1. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I don't know, man. You could move lower. Maybe a 1, 2, 3, and I don't know. I know I just did this, but I need to look at it again. Yeah, you might move down to about 220. 220, 232, somewhere in that range, and then move up. If not, you might move up already. Like, you might be getting ready to move up now. But I do like this thing. I think that it's going to do well in the in the months to come. Let's just see real quick. Relative low to the relative high. Cycle low, cycle high. 382 bounce. Yeah. If you were to go lower than this low, which I don't think you do, but if you were, you'd go barely below it. But right now, I think you're in the midst of forming a higher low, and then you're gonna move up higher. And again, that higher low is going to be at like 232 to 220, somewhere in that range. You're probably moving down there right now, and then we can talk about you moving up. That's Tesla. Now we're moving on to Link. Link. Yes. Let's see. That's awesome, Mark. Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a whole extra 1,000 cars, 1,500 basically. That's nice, man. That's crazy, bro. The demand is there. And the reason why, and I feel so cliche in saying this, but the reason why Teslas are so in demand, no problem left of center. I hope that helps. The reason why is because they're cool. Like, everybody, you can be. The thing is like, there are people out there who refuse. It's like veganism and vegetarianism. There are people who they'll hear oh, your water's vegan, I'm not going to drink that. Like there's people who they hear the word vegan or vegetarian, they steer away. And there's a lot of diesel owners, a lot of gas owners that they hear electric and it turns them off. But it doesn't matter if you're one of those people and you hear Tesla. Everybody wants to, like, even if they don't want to own one, they want to drive one. If they have the option to rent one at the airport, they're going to be like, oh, maybe I'll do that because that sounds cool. Like Teslas are cool, man. So it's definitely, I believe it that they're seeing these records, man. I like the Plaid. Are Teslas worth the price? I don't know, Ryan. I don't have a Tesla. I've actually never been in a Tesla before. I brought up the rental car thing because we were talking about renting one in Vegas, but we ended up getting a minivan instead, which I like minivans too. For having it, if you have a kid, if not, probably not really that big of a deal, but having a kid, man, it is nice having a minivan. It really, really is. The doors, man, they don't open out. You can park in tight spots, kind of, because it's a minivan, so it's wide. But the doors open sideways. It's so convenient. It really is so convenient. I don't know. I don't know what Tesla prices are and what models are the best personally. I bet if you Google it, they'll give you a relatively good answer. Whichever one Joe Rogan owns, I'm sure that's the best one. Probably the one that look up what Tesla does Joe Rogan own, and that's probably the best one, at least for the time it was. If it's not the best now, if there's something new out, then that's still probably one of the best ones. But looking at Link here, looking at the daily, RSI looks like it's in trouble. It's not a good looking RSI on the daily. Lower highs, lower lows. You're in a bit of a channel down. You probably continue to go down, Link. I bet you do. You're at like a top. You're kind of plateauing here. Volumes decreasing. You're slipping, man. You're coming to the end. Whenever you see consolidation like this and your volumes decreasing like this, you're coming to the end of your consolidation. You're going to break one way or another. We're at the bottom here. I think it's implied that it would be to the downside. But even if you bounce here, that doesn't mean that you're going to break out to the upside. You could bounce, come down, and then end up breaking afterwards. Yeah, okay. Again, yeah, the RSI on the daily does not look friendly. I want to look at the weekly real quick. Weekly RSI, you were overbought for a while. Nice looking weekly RSI, but it gives room to come to the downside. Generally, when you break out of being overbought like this for a while, it's not just like a quick little up and down. This would imply some more downside. Your green line is all the way down at $12, $11.75, something like that. Low to high. 382s down there at about $11. Yeah, you could go down there and you could break a little bit below it. And what is below that green line? It's your previous area of resistance right at the 0.5. You really could. Yeah. Yep. That wouldn't be crazy. Previous area of support, previous area of resistance. You might go all the way down to $9.50, and here you are at $14. And it wouldn't be crazy because everybody has been talking about Link here. Everybody's been talking about it as one of the coins to buy, and it is. Link is one of the coins to buy. Even if you bought the top here, you're still going to do great with it, but by the end of the cycle. But it probably moves down to around $11, if not $9. $9 to $11, pretty big range, but really I'd say just below $11 and probably just above $9. That's my thoughts. Maybe closer to $9.50. But that's Link. I think it's going down. I think it's consolidating, and generally when you consolidate like this, you would expect it to continue up, and it could. If you want to see that, you want to have a weak close above here, above $16.37 essentially, and you want to see a day. So that's where the week needs to close. This is where the day needs to close. You need to close above 1692. So 1637 on a weekly, 1692 on a daily. That's what you'd want to see if you want this thing to be breaking to the upside. But genuinely, I expect this to move down, probably again around 950 to 1080, somewhere in that range. That's Link. Let's move on from there. I want to talk about Dogecoin. And let me just see real quick. All right. No, it's not broken, Milson Greasley. It's not broken. It's expired. I will throw a new one in real quick. Give me a second. Okay, just give me a second. I'm going to throw one in the chat. Actually, maybe I'll do this. All right, let's see. Yes. The wheelhouse. It's the wheelhouse, man. It's the wheelhouse. Copied. Live streaming. Got it. Let's see. Paste. That's the Discord link. Okay, if you want to join the Discord, that's the link. Oh man, I didn't know that's what it was called. My bad, guys. That was the last time I went live. Live crypto stream with C-Zar. Thank you all for joining, even though you thought it was all about Jesus Coin. Yeah. But I changed the name now. Oh, now I have 100 viewers. No, I'm just kidding. Can you analyze IREN? Yes, I will analyze all of those. IREN and BTDR, I will. After I do Doge and XRP, and then those will be the ones that I finish the video with. So, Ryan, I don't know if that's Ryan Lipper, if that's another Ryan, but Ryan, if you have to go, you can always watch the video later and just catch the end of it, because that'll be where it is. But I'll talk about those right after XRP. I'm going to start with Doge here. Look at that, breaking down. Man, I've been calling. I had a lot of people asking what I thought about Doge up here. Everyone was worried that it was going to go higher. I know that there's some people in the Discord even we were talking to, and I was like, I very much do think that it's going to go below 8 cents. I actually have been saying since these prices up here, probably even since here. No. So yeah, I would say since these prices, that we're probably going to go below 8 cents. I wouldn't look to buy until then. And here we are, went below 8 cents. I bet with this we might even go below 7 cents. So just be patient. Be patient with Doge, man. If you want to buy it, cool, but be patient. We're still in this accumulation phase. We're at the top. If you were to trade this thing, you're at the area. I mean, now I wouldn't sell, but probably go down to your 618, which is around 7.2 cents to around 6.8 cents, 6.9 cents. Because it's Dogecoin, it probably goes around 6.9 cents for all intents and purposes. And yeah, looks like it wants to go down. Daily RSI looks like crap. Weekly RSI is starting to show some weakness, especially if you get below the 50. But really, you're in this accumulation zone. Dogecoin likes to accumulate for a long time. I bet it goes down. You might even, Dogecoin, you might even go below 6 cents. Prices below 6 cents are still absolutely possible for Dogecoin before it really starts to see some movements up. It doesn't need a lot of time. Doge, I love talking about Doge because it really doesn't need a lot of time. It can accumulate for a long time, and then short amount of time it moves up. Accumulate for a long time, short amounts of time it moves up. How short? From like the time that it like really broke out, which was here, to the time that it finished, which was here. That was 19 weeks, not even a year's worth, right? 133 days, not even half a year's worth. So very short amount of time. So it doesn't need to get ready to move up. In fact, I would expect that it's going to be sometime late next year, after August next year, that Dogecoin starts doing Dogecoin stuff again. Until then, it's just accumulation time. So when it moves up, not accumulation time. When it moves down, buy the dip territory for sure. And I do think it goes lower again, probably around something just below 7 cents or something just above 7 cents, around the relative 618, 7.2 cents to like 6.9 cents. That's Doge. XRP, USD, not on Coinbase. We want to do Kraken. I don't know what that is, man. That's an old. Ignore all that. That's not helpful. That must be old. That must be very, very old. Real quick, I need to write these down. Yeah. Hey, thank you, Mark. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you. What was it? I got to write down IREN. I'm so tired, man. This show's gone on like 20 minutes longer than I meant for it to, but hey, that's what I get for screwing around, man. I could have just gotten analytical, straight to the point with all these and not BS'd, but that's why I like these live streams, man. It's to BS. Nice to see you too, Andy. I appreciate you, love. Hopefully your New Year is great in Ukraine. We have a tough New Year. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that your New Year is great too. And stay tough, man. You know what they say, right? Tough times don't last. Tough people last. And I know there's some tough people in Ukraine. I know there's tough people around the world right now. There's a lot of conflicts going on, and yeah, it's sad, but people do sad things sometimes, man. We don't make the most sense. I'm with Elon Musk or whoever said it, but like people are going to war, killing each other over two old people. Like really what we should do to settle this like Ukraine Russia debate, you should have Putin and Zelensky duke it out, fisticuffs, or maybe throw Biden in there too, because I feel like he had a hand in this conflict. But I don't know, man. We all have our own opinions. I'm not for or against anybody. It's sad. It's sad, But again, tough people survive. Tough times don't. So just stay tough, Andy. Stay tough, man. Appreciate you. Thank you. I like that. Whatever that emoji is there, Benjo. That's a cool emoji, bro. Looking at XRP, I love this, man. It's so beautiful. Such a beautiful chart. It can go lower from here. It probably won't go lower than that low. I don't think so, because what you're in is a channel, right? You've got this like higher low coming in. You got these higher highs. That was not a straight line at all. Kind of close, but not really. That's not. I'm off here. Let me see. There we go. Something like that. Anytime you get above this, it's a great time to sell. Anytime you get below this, it's a great time to buy. More or less, you stay in between and you just wig-wag through. If you get below this white line, it's going to be short-lived. If you get below it again, you might not, but it's going to be short-lived. And you're moving up. It's just the same old with XRP, man. You're at the bottom of this area, probably a relatively good time to buy as opposed to most cryptos. It wouldn't surprise me if it moved down a little bit, but I don't think you're going lower than that low. I don't think you're going lower than this low. I think that was your next higher low, and you're getting ready for another move up. Just slowly, oh so slowly, XRP. You're probably in this like solid grinding channel. I'm messing it up here, but until you get near this high point, and then you might stop moving up. You might consolidate, or you might break out. But that's when things are going to get exciting. Until then, it's going to be boring. And it really could be doing this for a whole nother year. Like it could be a whole nother year that XRP does this. Maybe it's 6 months, maybe it's 2 months, maybe it decides to break out. But that's my kind of like more long-term scope. Looking at the short term, daily does look weak. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if you move down a little bit on a weekly basis. Don't expect closes below too much lower than where we are now. Like I wouldn't expect the week to close below 5.3 cents. I really wouldn't. But for price to go below there, I think it could. It absolutely could go back below there, but probably a little bit lower. You probably go around 5.3 cents, something like that, and then you move up. I wouldn't buy here, but if we look at this whole time, the best places to buy since you've been moving up, since you had this low here and you've started forming higher lows, has been below the green line. Doesn't matter if you bought here or bought here. If you bought anywhere here below the green line, you could have cashed out above it. If you bought below the green line, perfect time. If you bought below the green line, perfect time. Below the green line, perfect time. I think we're about to get below that green line again. Last time we did something like this, we did this. We moved sideways more or less. The green line moved up and gave us some time. So we probably do see prices go anywhere from like 5 to 5.3 cents would be my guess. Maybe 5.4 cents, 5 to 5.4. But then you move up. That's XRP. All in all, continuing to just wig-wag its way up, and it's probably going to be in this for a while. XRP, by the way, guys, I haven't been trading it, but I wish I have been, because I've been saying this since back here, probably since here, that anytime we move up, anytime you move up above this like ascending trend line, if you were to like draw an imaginary one like this, right, like the average, not the outliers, but like the average. Anytime you're above that line, great time to sell. Anytime you're below this line, great time to buy. And that's been true, right? It doesn't always offer opportunities. There are better times to sell or like buy there and then sell there and then buy. Like if you really want to play it perfect, but you're not. But if you did this, you would have at least tagged a few good trades, a few good selling opportunities, a few good buying opportunities. So it's probably going to be like that for a while. I think XRP is going to be one of the easier ones to trade, especially swing trades. So put that on the radar if you're looking for something to not financial advice, but if you draw your lines more or less something like this, you can see what I'm going for, right? I'm not going for the absolute like bottom or the absolute top. I'm trying to get this like center part of the channel. I feel like it's easy to see. You take out these outliers and you can just see it. Trading off of that range. Anytime you're below it, good time to buy. Anytime you're above it, good time to sell. It's been playing out well for all year. So I guess all of last year now. Now we are talking about, so that's XRP. Probably moves sideways, probably it's stagnant for a second, moves slightly lower even, but really it's at the bottom of this channel. It's going to get ready to move up. It might take a month or less, but that's XRP. Probably not going to be too exciting, though relatively easy to trade if you decide to endeavor on it. And if you mess up your XRP trade, I would say just be patient. Be patient, because it's going to go up, it's going to go down, it's going to go up, it's going to go down. XRP it's not the easiest to predict, but right now it's pretty easy to predict. IREN, is it? So IREN is a stock. Iris Energy Limited, is that right? Is it a stock, Ryan? If it's not a stock, if it's a altcoin that's on a DEX, I can look it up on DEX Screener. That's real quick. I don't think that's it. Yeah, I don't think so. It must be the stock. So we're going to look at this. I don't know what they do. Never heard of this before, but it looks good. Looks decent. Top to bottom here. Finding support on your 786. Found support on your 61. Yeah, I like this, man. You're at 654. You're probably making your way to 1074 or higher. Maybe 1550, like genuinely. Okay, cool. Good to know, Ryan. Thank you. Hell yeah, I appreciate that. Because you never know, right? There's tons of stocks and cryptos that have the same ticker. The difference is USD or non-USD. Thank you to the 25 people who are here who have been sticking around. I appreciate all of you guys very much. I know I've been getting an inflow and an outflow of people coming and going, but I appreciate all of you very much for being here. What's up, Jeff? Thank you, man. What's going on? What's good with you? It's all good, man. I got married. You've got a left shoulder here. Got a right shoulder here. It's kind of an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Or it could be the cock and balls pattern, which I never say in my conventional videos. But hey, man, this is a non-conventional video. I picked that pattern up from Eric Crown, Eric Crown's Crypto Cave. I'm sure he's not the first person to to call it that. He might have even picked that up from somebody. But if you guys don't know Eric Crown, Crown with a K, you should look him up, man. Check up. You know what? I'm going to take a second real quick. I want to go just real quick, show you guys so that you can find it yourself. If you want to watch some quality content, this guy's great. For one, he's a bit vulgar. Don't watch it around your kids. Definitely not a guy to watch around your kids. Shout out to Ethan Gallstead, by the way, and his Jeep rant, man. He's a good guy. I had a dream that I met Ethan. I think I said that in a comment. I don't know. He was taller than I thought. Ethan, if you see this, man, are you 6'2", 6'4"? Because I had a dream. He shook my hand and said congratulations because I got married. I saw him in Vegas, but that didn't happen. Anyways, enough about me. So Crown's Crypto Cave. This is him. It's Eric Crown Crypto now. You click on his channel. Go to
Welcome back to the Eric
playlist. I'm sorry, that was playing for a second. This dude's jacked, by the way, guys. You wouldn't guess it. He doesn't show it off, but he's jacked, man. He's jacked, bro. Playlists, and then let's see, where is it? Where this one, Trading Psychology Series, 52 videos. For anyone that's new, that you're looking to trade, you're looking to learn, you want a free resource. Crown literally worked for the CBOE, Chicago Board of Exchange Commissions or whatever. He was a licensed trader on there, and he learned from traditional aspects of learning, and his mentor is a traditional guy too. So he has personal experience actually trading in the stock world as a professional trader. He himself has made a lot of money in crypto. He's pretty smart, pretty good. He has his own tools, his own way of doing things. But his Trading Psychology series, I would recommend that. Anytime anyone asks me for free stuff to learn, not from me, but what they would recommend, always Trading Psychology series. Again, for anybody that doesn't know, you type in Eric Crown Crypto playlists, scroll down, Trading Psychology series. Again, don't watch it with your kids present unless they're okay with cussing. You're okay with cussing, because he cusses. Less so in these. He's a little bit more chill in these, but I like Crown. I like his vulgarities. I like his authenticity. He seems like a good guy, man. He could be crass, but honestly, I think he just wants people. He wants the best for himself and for people, and I don't know. Nothing but good things to say about the man. He's he's definitely one that I'm not subscribed to. There we go, subscribed. But I'm subscribed on my other account. This is just my main portfolio, my main account here. But IREN, talking about it here, looks like you're breaking out of your head and shoulders pattern, your inverse head and shoulders pattern. This pattern overall, the way that you would measure it, you go from low to high, right? That's a conservative high. You take it there. That could put you all the way up at $51. Here you are at $6.54 right now. Beautiful. Another free tool for those of you that don't know. And I know I've talked about it a lot, but the patternsite.com. Thomas Bulkowski is a trader. He's been trading for, I mean, the dude's old, man. Like he's got to be in his 60s or later. He's got like 40 years of trading experience. It's like a glossary and index, all for free. Pattern ranks, psychology, busted patterns, candlesticks, chart patterns. You can see where I clicked, right? This is more, I click these to learn, but to like identify them properly. I forget the names sometimes, so I like to check them out. But you can go through, I mean, you can learn candlesticks, the basics on candlesticks. It's good to learn the basics. There's all these names here, right? All kinds of things. It's literally a glossary. Chart patterns here, all kinds of chart patterns, man. You ever heard of, let's see, head and shoulders complex tops? You ever heard of horn tops? I haven't. If you ever heard of a throwback, I have, you know, but like there's all kinds of things. Closing price, reversal uptrend, measured move down. I mean, you already got the ugly double bottoms. Pothole, never heard of that. Pivot V, that's probably a V bottom. But the patternsite.com, another free tool. The format is kind of old, but he himself is old. He updates this thing all the time. His last update was on the 29th of December, so he literally updates it all the time, man. He's a legend. Shout out to Thomas Bulkowski as well, man. But overall, again, that measure move would take you up to like $50 there, and you can look that up on the pattern site if you want to. If you ever want to learn how to measure patterns, how to identify them, that's what that's for, man. Top to bottom. Finding support on the 786, probably move up to $10, probably move up to $15.50 soon, relatively soon. And in fact, if this is a previous like price range here, I would think that if you break into it, that you go to the top, and the top is actually like closer to this 1618. So I think you are making your way overall to this 1550 area. I like the reaction you're having with the 618 here. I really do. So probably up to 1550, maybe even a little bit higher, actually. It's okay. You can wick a little bit higher, sure, because what else do you have? You have resistance up here at about 1730. So you're probably making your way up. Is that going to happen overnight? No. Could it happen in 2 months? Sure. You know, this thing looks like it likes to move fast. Could it happen in 6 months? Maybe. You know, maybe it takes more time. But it looks like you just broke out of your head and shoulders. You're breaking out. You're testing the previous area of resistance for support, and you're going to go. So I would think that you see prices above $11 soon, like by the end of January. If not by the end of January, by the end of February. But I mean, who knows, man? By the end of February, you could be all the way up here. I think that this thing is getting ready to move. So enough about that. That's IREN. Let's move on and finish this bad boy up with BTBDR. Yeah, no problem, Mark. I appreciate. Thank you guys. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Appreciate you, man. What's up, J boy? Good to see you, man. Yeah, Eric Crown, dude. He deserves more subscribers, man. I think the reason why he has not that many subscribers is because he is so crass. He will actively make fun of people if they complain about something. Me, I try not to poke fun, because sometimes people complain or they just don't understand, and I don't care if I answer the same question 100 times. Sometimes you just don't know. You know, we've all been there, and I don't like to ridicule people or make fun of them, but he will definitely give you shit. And if you can't take it, then he's not your guy. But I'm surprised that he doesn't have like 1 million subscribers. The man's a genius. Maybe not. I don't know. He's really. I think he's smart. I think he's a good guy. I think he knows what he's talking about. He can be wrong. He's been wrong before. He's been right before. He's not good at calling overall tops and bottoms. He'll even say that himself. But he's pretty good at figuring out the trend. And I like his input. I really do like his input. I watch his videos, not all the time. I really don't watch YouTube videos too much, man. But if I do watch YouTube videos, it's Crown or Ethan Gallstad, or I like to watch BitBoy just because there's potential for drama. I like Ivan on Tech. If you guys don't know Ivan on Tech, Kevin Svensson. I think it's like Kevin and then Sveson, Kevin Svensson. Ben Armstrong, you know, for BitBoy, whatever. I don't really watch too many crypto people though. I actually do watch one guy that I don't like, but I watch him because I just like to see himself make a fool out of himself. But whatever. That's kind of, I guess, petty on my part. But I don't really talk about him here. I don't really bring it up too often. But there are some hustlers out in the world, man. I'll just leave it at that. If you've been in crypto, you know who the hustler accounts are. And nothing wrong. I respect the hustle, but I don't respect people who are wrong and then they pretend to be right. And this guy definitely does that. But I'm going to leave the names out, top to bottom here. He knows who he is. Whatever. 775. Finding support there. Looking like you want to move up to $23. BitDeer Technologies. I don't like your weekly RSI, though you are above the 50, looking like you could find support here. I do like the fib. I really, really do. Continue to find support on the 618. Don't close below it. If you do, it's not the end of the world, but it would be really nice to close above the 618 and continue to. Not only that, but it'd be really nice if you can get back above the 786. Even nicer to close above the 886. You close a week above the 886, it's on to $23. Here you are at $8 now. It might even be on to $41 with a reaction like this off the 618. Breaking through it on the first try, finding support on it, and then moving up. Like, I would very much believe that you're going up here. That'd be a 5x from here, man. So, looks good. RSI, I'm not too excited about, but that can change. This chart is weird looking, very weird looking, but to be fair, I like the move up so far. This is a V-shaped recovery if I've ever seen one, man. Bounced off the 1414. Bounced off this 618 even, man. Like, it looks really good. I like it. This is kind of, it's a wonky chart, but it's nice. Daily RSI looks like you broke the trend a little bit, but that's okay. Where are you at right now? If you're at your 382, it's going to look even better. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right there, man. I like it. I like it. I would think you go higher. If you go lower, you might go down to about $5 to $4.60. You could go down there. That is possible. Don't throw it out. But you close above 970 on a daily, you're probably going to move up higher. That's my genuine opinion. And all in all, regardless if it goes lower in the immediate term or higher in the immediate term, I think you have a date with destiny for prices above $25, above $40 even, in the very, like, short term. Like, within the next, few months, couple months. It could happen quicker than that. Maybe it happens toward the end of the year, but you're on your way up. I think this looks good. So that's all I got, man. That's all I got for you guys. Can I do TA on PLS and hell yeah, J-Boy. I'm glad you woke up early too, bro. All right, Milson Greasley. We'll do PLS and PHEX. But that's it. That's it. I got to go to bed, man. I'm up 35 minutes past my bedtime. I'm running on fumes here. FPHEX. I'm assuming that's not it, right? A pulse product. Well, this is new. It's very new. I don't know what to think of it. I might be looking at the wrong thing. Let's find another chart. Let's see. Facts. Appreciate you, Ryan. Thanks, man. Hell yeah, bro. Thank you. 5 months ago, man, you've seen the growth, man. Last month, you guys, December, most growth that I've ever seen. I got to check the numbers, but I think I got 1,400 new subscribers in the month of December alone. It took me until November 18th. I've been making videos since last year in October or August, but I stopped for 6 months, so I've really been making videos again since late May, June. And it took me all that time from May to June. I had less than 100 subscribers to break 1,000 in November. December, I had 1,400 subscribers. Thank you all so much for subscribing, showing support. I appreciate all of you very much. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content from me. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate you, man. I try to be. I can be a non-gentleman and a non-scholar too, man. If we ever party, if I ever meet up with any of you at IRL and we party, you'll know, man. I can degen with the best of them. I'm a party animal, bro. But being a dad, being a husband, gotta tame it down a little bit, right? And I just try to be presentable. I try to treat this like work, right? Like, I'm not gonna. I talk to you guys casually, sure, but I try not to I try not to cuss because I never know if people are having their kids watch this. I don't mind cussing. I personally don't. I talk however you want, but if me cussing keeps kids from potentially learning this, that's like my justification to it. It's like and I'm not the only channel. They can learn it their own way, but like if I can help people learn at an earlier age than I ever did, like that gets me excited, man. That I get thrilled by that idea. But let me just look at this real quick. Volume $11. So I think this is the right chart to use here. A lot more. There we go. What's that? What the heck is this? I almost cussed right there. Vex. Nope. This is just new, man. I can't chart this for you, bro. Yeah, I really can't. It's brand new. It looks like it wants to go up. I don't know. I might stay away from it, man. Wait for it to do its thing. It could drop a lot lower. Something like this, put $100 into it, $10 into it. It could turn into a lot of money. It could go to zero. But don't bet the farm. Don't bet a sizable amount of money at all. But that's FEX. I don't know too much about it. Couldn't find a better chart. We're going to talk about Pulse Chain, PLS. I'm pretty sure it's Pulse Chain. I'm pretty sure you're talking about Pulse Chain. Yeah, no problem, Milson. No problem. Milson, correct me. Is it Pulse Chain that you wanted, or was it the other one? Why is it so hard to find Pulse Chain? I might just do it on this. Pulse Chain, okay. There's a couple other PLSs out there, man. Like because I know it's PLS, but you type in PLS because Pulse Chain's only on decentralized. There's Plutus, Pulse Pad, iPulse, or PLS Pad, whatever. Pulse Chain's all the way down here, and this is the OG PLS. So, but these ones are. I think that one's on like an actual exchange, so that's probably why. But Pulse Chain here, I don't like that chart. But what are you gonna do? There's really nothing else to go off of. Yeah. I know Richard Hart. I know Pulse Chain. I know. For those of you that don't know, it is a layer 1. PLS USD maybe. No. Dex screener is so different. Maybe I'll just look for the symbol. Teddy bear. Wrapped pulse. I don't know. I don't know why it's so hard to chart. We're just gonna have to do this, man. On the weekly, looks like you got a double bottom. You kind of have like this even atom look. I know I drew an atom, but imagine this was like a U, because it is like a U soft, and then V, which you can kind of better see here. It might not be an Adam and Eve, but it is some kind of a double bottom. Looks decent, looks like it's like consolidating, looking like it wants to go up higher, but it might not. It's hard to say with charts like this, man. I like the daily RSI a little bit. I don't mind it. Weekly RSI, not really a lot to go off of. 4-hour RSI is rather neutral, but I think it looks good too. I don't know. It probably moves up. If it moves lower, it's going to be a higher low. I doubt that you go all the way back down here. You could go down here, but maybe do the green line, something like that. Which, damn, that's I thought that was a 50% drop. That's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I think it's getting ready to move up higher, but this chart, pulse from pulse. Is this right? Like, am I on the right? Am I looking at the right one, man? I feel like I am, but let me just type it in here again just to double check. Yeah, maybe that's a rat BNB. 1 minute chart. There's nothing. Can't do nothing. Like, look at this. I'm having a hard time with this one, man. So maybe we can look at this real quick. I'm trying here. I'm trying here. I'm in Colorado, Ryan. I live in Denver. Live in Denver. Where the weed is legal and mushrooms are decriminalized. Not that I smoke weed though, man. I actually haven't. I stopped smoking weed a while ago. Just couldn't do it anymore, man. I might go back to it. I might not. I don't know. I feel good not smoking though. More focused, a lot more focused. It's a lot easier to keep like this. All this talking, man, keeping my thoughts concise. Which I fall off sometimes, but most of the time I feel like I'm pretty with it. You don't have that when you're smoking weed, man. So it's. I haven't smoked since July of last year, and I don't plan on starting again anytime soon. But I don't know. It is legal here. To each their own. To each their own. I did smoke for a while, man. I don't anymore. Yeah, I don't know. Not a whole lot to go off of, man. I would think it's in an accumulation phase and it wants to move up, but it could be some time. It might not happen immediately. Probably doesn't happen immediately, but that's pulse change for you. Buddha to the moon, wrecked. I hope it does, man. I hope it does. Oh, nice. Yeah. Yep. Cool. That's cool. Yeah, we got the same mountain range, baby. Rocky Mountains, bro. It's beautiful. Very, very beautiful. And they're rocky, but man, the Sierra Nevadas, those are some rocky, or like Utah, they got some rocky things, but we're a little bit more like forested on the Rocky Mountains, but first flew to Denver, it was exactly like Alberta. Okay, cool. That's good to know, and sad because that probably means you have a bad homeless population, unless your first flight to Denver was like more than 7 years ago or something like that, or 5 years ago. I will look it up. Right now, though, I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to go to sleep. You know what? We're going to look up Banff, whatever it is right now. Banff, Alberta. We're looking it up right now. We're going to find your house. Oh, that's beautiful, bro. Is this? Oh, what? Dude, that's sick. Yeah, that is gorgeous. Dude. Oh, I'm glad oh, look at that water, bro. I'm sure it's photoshopped a little bit, but bro, this reminds me of my hometown. This is way nicer. This is way cooler than my hometown, but yeah, dude. Wow. Yeah, bro, I snowboard. Hell yeah, I do. Oh, sweet. Hell yeah. That's cool. Hell yeah, Mark. That's awesome, bro. I want to teach my little girl how to snowboard too, but she's not even 2 yet. I mean, she could start. She'd probably enjoy it, but sometimes she gets scared with new things. I'm busy just looking at. It's an insane backdrop, man, with the mountain right there coming downtown. Like, oh, I bet it's beautiful in the summertime, man. I got a place that I want to check out, that I want to go vacation to now. Hell yeah. That's cool. That's a great picture. It's a really great picture. I love that, like, fresh snow. It's on the roof, you know, stuff like that. Ryan, thanks for recommending that, man. Hell yeah, Mark. That's awesome. I'm not trying to brag, man, and I still don't know if it's true, but we put a GPS on me and they clocked me, and I don't know if it's true because I don't even know if it's possible. But it clocked me going 80 miles an hour on a snowboard. I can go fast. I know I can go fast, but I don't even know if it's possible to go 80. We were like, something's got to be wrong. But, I mean, 40 miles an hour is fast, let alone that. But, like, dude, I was flying. Like, I don't know. Let's see, actually. Let's look it up right now. How fast can you go on a snowboard? Because you have to... terminal velocity, like wind resistance, you have to like be able to stop. I don't know. How do you go fast? No. Average top speed. Fastest downhill run is under 130. In most standard resort conditions, you'll be 50s. Okay, it's a little more believable, man, because I'm not trying to toot my horn, but I'm pretty decent at snowboarding. The GPS did say it was 80 something, I forget, but I can go fast, man. I can go pretty fast. So I mean, seeing this, that kind of adds to it. I would definitely. I've done mountain biking too, and just like riding bikes fast. I've gone 40 miles an hour on bikes, so like I know what that feels like out of a car, and I felt like I was going much faster than that. But sometimes, sometimes things feel faster. I'm not the best gauge of speed, but if that's where people top out, I don't think I did that. I wasn't at that steep of a pitch, but I think I was above 50s for sure. Yeah, but the fear, the falling down's the fun part, man. Yeah, I kind of want to look more into that. I don't know. I might be full of it, man. It did say 80 miles an hour, but I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe we'll have to go riding sometime and see. Holy crap, 80 miles an hour. I don't even go. Dude, okay, so I know. So real quick, for those of you, we're at the end here. I'll give you some more personal shenanigans. The reason I learned how to snowboard, first off, I learned how to snowboard. I skied first. I was good at skiing, man. I was really good at skiing. Like they wanted to put me in the advanced classes or whatever. I was able to do flips like within my second year of skiing. And we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. Name, surname. We're gonna get it. But when I started snowboarding, I liked it. But when I really got good at it was I was a freshman in high school, and I was trying to impress a girl, and she could go faster than me. So I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to impress her if she's going faster than me. I gotta at least be able to keep up with her. So that's how I learned. Like, to my own detriment and danger. There were times that I crashed hard, but day in and day out, man, I went snowboarding practicing to get faster. And, she's out of the picture. Doesn't matter in my life at all anymore, but I did gain some skills from that before. So, yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, dude, I can go faster than most skiers. Like, genuinely speaking, that's how I know. Like skiers. It's for those of you that don't know. If you don't ski or snowboard, maybe you do. But skiers can go faster than snowboarders. It's easier. It's a lot easier as far as speed goes. But the only way that a snowboarder can go faster than a skier is if the skier chickens out. Pizzas, slows themselves down, whatever, because I'm pretty sure skiers can go faster than snowboarders. We're gonna how fast can you go on skis? Upwards of 150. So yeah, that's even faster. Just more validity to that. The other one was saying topped out at 130. This is 150. Again, the only way that a snowboarder is going to pass a skier is if that skier breaks, if they get nervous, if they have a little fear, and that's what, like, for me, man, I love that thrill. Like, it's really fun, but it all depends. It all depends on the run and stuff. But dude, snowboarding's great. I love snowboarding. Yeah, I've been snowboarding since I think I was 7. Maybe I was 11. I think I was 7. And yes, I know earlier I was saying when I skied that I was able to do flips. Yes, I could do flips before I was 7 on skis. I can't do flips on a snowboard. I can't even do a 360. I can sometimes do a 360. It depends, but I'm not like the best in the park, but I like to go fast. And I like to hit big jumps, but I can't really do tricks. And I hate rails. Always hated rails, man. They scare me. But yeah, I like jumps. I like going fast. I definitely like going fast. I got nothing else to say, man. I need to go to bed. I'm going to be in for a rude awakening tomorrow, so thank you all for coming. I appreciate you so much. Take care. Seriously, check out Eric Crown, guys. If you want some more, like, good content, trading psychology series, that's awesome. Go to the playlist, Eric Crown Crypto, trading psychology series. Or look up, any of these, whatever you want to look up. Crypto Simps is a good one. Yeah, dude. It's cool when your jacket's like you're going so fast, but there can't be. You have to have an empty run. You can't have a lot of people, or if there are people, you have to be able to have some control. But yeah, G night, good night. Appreciate all of you guys. Thank you very much. Sleep tight, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out.